Bradley, Central Alaska, coming to you live from the press box here on Talk 101.3, where all the games supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. As we begin to wrap up our Cleveland Ford pregame show here from our Chattanooga broadcast. Gary on with Earl Rowan with you here tonight. We're about 20 minutes away from the actual kickoff. The Bradley Band, you'll hear know really what to expect, but we're going to see. They're going to be here, and they look like, Jim, they're in the red, white, and blue. Red pants, white jerseys trimmed in blue, and I believe their helmets were red, too, if I remember.
I think you're right.
They were up on the practice field there. Instead of taking a long walk back to the dressing room, here comes a couple of buses. That may be their band. Yeah, Catoosa County school buses. That's the band or the fans. They got a pretty good group over there on their side. The Bears are dressing room. The band right now, as we said, entertain the crowd. Bradley comes in at 4-0, ranked number 1 in the state in 6A. Have been for the last 3 weeks. The Heritage General come in at 3-1. They lost their opening game of the year to Ringgold, who was their big rival. Since then, they knocked off East Hamilton 28-23. LFO, as was Lakeview Cordova, 35-28, and Richland 28-7. Ringgold, the Heritage, a relatively new school, started opening in 2008, and they were there open to relieve crowding at Lake LFO and lost Ringgold.
And they are 4A classification, right, which is a pretty good enrollment. Well over 1,000 students. They have 7 classifications in the state of Georgia in football. They are going to drop and go to just 6 classifications for next year in that state. Don't know how that will affect Heritage. They may stay 4A. They may get bounced up to 5A, or who knows. But they do have a good, solid football program. E.K. Slaughter has kind of found a home there after bouncing around 4 or 5 different schools for anywhere from 1 year to 3 years in southeast Tennessee. But he has found a home at Heritage High School. He's now in his 10th year, and he has had good success. He is 20 games over the break-even or 500 mark. So that shows you that year after year he's had a winning program. And this year, just like Coach Naaman Floyd, gunning for our 13th running.
Drive the award-winning locally made VW Atlas, villagevw.com.
And the Voitek Center. Dr. Voitek and the orthopedic care, no matter if it's a sports injury, work injury, or just an accident at home, Voitek Center has you covered at Voitek.com.
Dale's Heating and Air, for all your heating and air needs, just call Dale's, and that's exactly his website.
And Chick-fil-A, convenient. said before that Brady Chandler is known for his passing more so than his running ability. He has 3 key prime targets. His number 1 man is probably going to be a senior, 6'3", 190, well-built. He wears number 11, and he's been the go-to man as far as wide receiver so far in the first 4 games. Also, look for Tanner Hall, number 17. Killian is just a junior. He's a 6-footer, 205. He's also a linebacker, and another linebacker who has been spearheading their defense is Tanner Hall, who will play also on offense as a wide receiver. He is 5'11", 200 pounds, and he's a senior. That's some of the key people that Coach Slaughter and the Heritage Generals bring in to Jimmy Lovell Field. And for the Bears, defensively, the defense, as we have related throughout the first 4 games, has been playing super, super tough, and this is the reason why. There are absolutely no weak spots at all in the starting 11 on defense for the Bears. Number 9 up front is Rodney Williams, 6'2", 210, and a senior. The nose tackle, number 21, Ben Collins, 6'3", 195, and a senior. Defensive end, just a freshman, but he's been one of the leaders all year long. Number 25, Zane McIntosh, 6-footer, 205. And the linebacker core is solid. A.J. Williams, number 28, 5'10", 185, and a senior. Braxton Arthur, one of the top 2 tacklers through the first 4 games, along with Tito Williams. Tito, Braxton, and Zane McIntosh have been the 3 leaders of this outstanding 11-man defensive spot. Braxton Arthur is 6'2", 180, and a senior, number 19. And running back transformed into outstanding linebacker is Jackson Wilson, number 2. Jackson, 6-footer, 180, and a senior. And that secondary is super tough. Just pick your poison who you want to throw to. Mason Goree at a corner, 6-footer, 175, and a junior. He's number 5. And his brother Marcus Goree Jr., number 8, he's a senior this year, 6'1", 175, and he wears jersey number 8. Boo Carter is number 6. He's 5'11", 200 pound, and a senior at free safety. The other corner is number 0, Demarius Ballard, 6'1", 180, and a senior. And the rover, sometimes he'll be considered more as a linebacker, sometimes completely into the secondary, is their leading tackle.
M&M Construction cost no, excuse me, Heritage won it. So they defer to the second half, and we'll get the call here before we take another quick break before the kickoff. And they're talking it over to see what they want to do. Bradley is being asked, where do you want to go? So Heritage will be to the north end zone, and they will receive. Bradley won the toss for M&M Construction. Locally owned, specializing in roof replacement, siding installation, interior remodeling, and more. So there's your M&M Construction coin toss. The Bears win it, defer, and they'll be kicking left to right, south to north. We'll take a quick time out here and be back with the kickoff here on Talk 101.3 as we wrap up our Cleveland.
Twice as much laundry without ever leaving.
Back deep for the Generals, number 2, Cody Bryan, number 1, J.C. Armour, and one other player that looks like number 8, I believe. That would be Andrew Moore. Kicking off, of course, Skylar Perkle for the Bears.
So by 9 o'clock, it could be down close to 69. Great football weather.
Let's see how the Generals line up. The quarterback, of course, Brady Chandler, number 7. He's a senior. His running back, one of them, is Coach Slaughter's son. I don't think that's Neil Handoff. Nope. He's going to go back with a little pass down. That's going to be complete number 33.
Evan Wingrove.
Evan Wingrove from Chandler. Ball game, though. I stayed hang around the house there.
I personally listened to Terry Evans and Andy Morris. I switch back and forth.
Okay.
It's the only time that I get to listen to our cohorts over there.
There you go. 1st and 15. Again, the same formation. Keeps the running back in. He'll hand off to the running back, and that's going to be getting back 2 or 3 yards. That's going to be Braden Slaughter, the coach's son, a sophomore. Give him 2. It's going to be second down and 13 to go. Rodney Williams, and Tito Williams, who are no relation. AJ and Rodney are twins, seniors this year, but Tito's a senior. Tito, I promise you, we're playing D1 ball in the SEC come next year. Well, a D1 ball, maybe not the SEC. He knows where he's going, and he wants to share that at the end of the season. Same formation, Twins left side, Slaughter in the backfield, Chandler quarterback. The snap out of the shotgun. He's back to pass, throwing long down the field, way overthrown. It's going to be third down and 13.
I think somebody ran a wrong pass route because he's
got away from one guy, and that's going to be hit, and he will be knocked down and hard hit out of bounds there. Pushed him out of bounds was Boo Carter. Going to be fourth and long. And they're going to mark him out right at that's Ronnie Williams, number 9, rather than Boo. It's going to be fourth down, and they with no score. The first possession of the night for the Bears. The Generals brought a good crowd with them. They've got the big band down there. And right now, the Bears are set to go. Boo Carter goes out wide left, along with Max Wilson. In the backfield's Jalen Terry. Twins out wide right here. That spread, and here's a flag. No, not a flag. What do they call here? Well, referee's going to send somebody off. That's going to be Boo coming out. Didn't have his mouthpiece in. And here comes in for him.
Number 8.
Marcus Goree. And they're enforcing that. Pads above the knee. Or the no mouthpiece. It's a warning. And first down and 10, here come the Bears from the 22-yard line. They will hand it off to Jay Allen in the middle. He's going to be hit and drop. He will lose yardage. He will lose 3 or 4.
Ready for that one.
He will lose 3 or 4. Landon Scott into the game for the Bears. Tito Williams checks out.
22 back to the 19.
Mark Scurry out. Also in J.S. Rogers. 3-yard gain, second down and 13. Green on the tackle for the Generals. Ball back at the 19-yard. Bradley a very tight formation. They're going to be hit and thrown for a loss again.
We're going in the wrong direction.
That is Boo Carter sacked back there. Not sacked, but thrown for a loss, tackle for a loss. He's going to lose big yardage.
Yeah, that's a 5-yard loss. So -3 and -5 on the first 2 plays.
3rd and 16 now for the Bears. Back at their 15-yard line. Obviously, they've scouted the Bears well. On 3rd and long, they'll see on Twins left, Twins right. In the backfield, Jalen Terry with Caleb Martin at quarterback. They're showing a blitz, maybe a blitz. I'm not sure they're going to do that. Yep, here they come. Martin back looking, going to have to roll out. It's going to run to his right. He's in trouble, throws out in the Generals have it. That's number 11 right there, about the 25-yard line. The Generals are first and go at the Bear 3-yard line.
Picked it off at the 26, and man, he's inside the red zone big time.
Max Owens, number 11, on the tackle down to the 4-yard line, where it's first and go for the Generals. Third interception of the year for Caleb Martin. And that one was underthrown and right in his hands.
And who picked that one off?
Number 11, Max Owens. So, not a good start for the Bears here. 8:05 to go. Give the ball right back to the Generals on the turnover, on the pick. About, the 26 or so, you say, Earl?
I picked it off right at the 26, returned it all the way to the 4.
22-yard return. First and goal. Here come the Generals. That tight formation again. In the backfield, Slaughter, Braden Slaughter, and Chandler. Brady Chandler. They will hand it off to Slaughter in the middle, and he's going to be brought down about the 2, maybe the 1. I believe he's at the 1. Going to be second and go. Braxton Arthur on the tackle.
Right at the 1, give him 3 yards.
Second and go at the 1-yard line. Generals will send J.C. Armour out of the game.
It'll be second and goal, number 1.
And the Bears at 7:42 are going to be looking uphill here if they can score. Generals are set. Same set. Chandler hands off to before he can do it, a flag on the Generals.
Oh, that's going to help.
Going to be procedure, 5-yard mark off. Going to be second and go from the 6-yard line. So back them up 5 yards. That's the second penalty they've had. Both of them illegal procedure calls. You're listening to Talk 101.3 The Buzz. Next week we'll be on the road to the Knoxville, West Knoxville area of Farragut. It's not in Knoxville, it's in Farragut. They will remind you of that quickly if you call it Knoxville up there. That's our own little town there, which is almost part of Knoxville, I guess you could fairly say. Okay, from the 6-yard line, second and goal now from the 6 after the penalty. Here's a handoff to Slaughter. He's hit, and he will have nothing. They may give him a yard to the 5. Bradley diving in like this.
I think they're going to give him no gain.
No gain. Third and goal from the 6.
That's where he is.
He was hit immediately. They're trying to run up the middle against the Bears. They've got 1 first down. Here come the Generals one more time. But Lamcon play clock at 24 seconds here. Plenty of time. They're using a huddle. They're huddling up. One of the few teams that does use the huddle. Chandler with a snap, rolling to his right, looking back.
All right,
At the 15-yard line, a Food City sack. And that's going to be A.J. Williams and Boo Carter. A.J. Williams and Boo wrapped him up there. 4th down and goal now from the 14-yard line. They're going to try the field goal. I'm not sure what kind of kid you have, and I can't even see his number, Earl. Maybe we can get it when he turns around here. It's a single digit. Looks like it's a 9.
31-yard attempt.
And here's his kick. Jake Collette. It is up, and it is good. So timeout on the field at 5:54 to go in the first 3. The Bears nothing, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with the Generals kickoff. Okay, number 9's a kicker.
Jake Collette.
Yep. I see kicker on here now.
54.
Oh, West. I'm not. Back here at Bradley Central, that wasn't a drive. Well, it got down to the 1st and goal at the 4, and it's petered out with a 5-yard penalty and a sack.
Yep, interception at the 26, got it to the 4. We got help on their penalty, but still, and a sack. They settled for, and that's, Gary, the first points that their defense, the Black Hole defense, has given up in the first quarter all season long.
Well, we gave them that.
Yep, we sure did.
The Generals are, they're going to all line up. Boy, that caught us off. They got a penalty, though. Sides. I see it now. Another 5-yard mark off. They'll re-kick the 35. I don't know who recovered the ball. Couldn't see it, but, man, that's a good kick.
And nobody expected it.
They were running with him, and they got offsides before he kicked the ball. You can't do that. That is considered an offsides penalty. So back them up to the 35. They'll re-kick it.
That's their 3rd 5-yard penalty already.
They're going to line up again like that. Brad's got 6 guys right on the front line there.
So will they dare try it again?
Well, they sure should. Now they're going to spread out. And he's going to have a 1-step approach. And the Bears will call a fair catch at the 41-yard line, and great field position there. That's Max Wilson on the catch. Another flag. Heritage. Called the official on the far side. Well, that's 4 5-yard penalties.
Yeah.
And you wonder how that happens. I mean, you got, but easy to say sitting up here.
And sometimes 17-year-old
kids. Yeah, I'm not criticizing folks. I'm just, that's what drives the coach crazy, though.
They make some silly mistakes sometimes, and coaches pull their hair out.
Well, they're grouped up again. Let's see if they spread out and go to a regular formation. They do. Kicker is Collette, number 9. He's tried a pooch kick and an onside. This is another pooch kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. So there's another penalty. We can take it right there. So we can take it right there, or make them re-kick it. 3 straight penalties on their kickoff. And let's see. It looks like Heritage is going back to make them re-kick it.
Yeah, if they're going to continue to pooch kick it, why not make them kick it? We may get the ball in their territory.
Bears I believe the Bears are going to take those. They can take it at the 47 when it went out of bounds. Well, it's 45 maybe. But, they've had it for the second possession, had that turnover on the interception. Generals up 3-0 at 5:54 to go in the first quarter play here from Bear Stadium. Bradley have trips to the right side. In the backfield, J. Allen Terry. Snap to Martin. Hands it to Terry. He hits the middle. He's got 5. He's going to have 36-yard line. A great block up. Let me give you credit here on that. That front line of Chris Myers, Bryson Bivens, Jacob Page, Luke Keith, and Eugene Peterson. Man, they're doing good. That's a 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland forward.
14-yard run, Gary.
Twins either side this set. Martin back, being rushed. Going to throw it? Nope. He's going to try to run it down. He's going to have 5 or 10 yards. He got 15. He's got 20. He's down inside the 15-yard line where it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears. That dangerous run there.
That's a good call on the part of Caleb. He just tucked it and went not around the end, but on the left side, picked up a couple of great blocks and picked his way downfield all the way to the 15-yard line.
From the 37 to the 15, that's a 22-yard gallop for Martin, who can do that, and it's a 1st down for Cleveland forward again. Here come the Bears from the 15 now. And there's a flag before. Boy, we've got flags just continuously. See who this is on. It's going to be procedure on the Bears. So it's going to be 1st and 15. Back it up to the 20-yard line now.
It's still 1st down for the Bears. It'll be 1st down.
We've had 4 penalties in the first quarter on the Generals, all 4 and 5-yard variety. And this first one on the Bears. Bears with twin trips to right side. Martin said out of the shotgun. He's going to keep the quarterback and draw and run it. He's going to have 5 yards. He's going to have about 10. Boy, he just levels his head and boils his way down past the 15, past the 10, down about the 9-yard line.
You talk about Coach Floyd often says we'll take whatever they give us. They've picked up that they're covering the pass, and therefore the middle is wide open.
A gain on the play of 10 yards. 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Bears.
11 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Carter and J. Allen Terry. Good to see J. Allen healthy. Twins each side again. J. Allen to the left side of Martin. Martin back looking, and he's going to be chased. Gets away from a tackler, and he fumbles the ball. It's out of bounds. The Bears are going to lose big on this one from the, let's see, from the 10 all the way back to the 16 maybe?
No, further back than that.
Yeah, 16-yard line. No, 26 yard line. Excuse me, 26-yard line. He was brought down by Jacob Kanzler's one and knocked it out of his hands. Lucky it was out on the sideline when he was hit. So 3rd down and 21 to go. Not going well for the Bear offense at this point at all. Trips right side, single man left. That's Max Wilson on loan over there. Here's Martin back looking. He is under pressure every single snap. He's going to roll out and run. He's the 20. There's a flag. It's coming back. Flag on the play. It's coming back.
Sure is.
Got a holding call back here to 33. He runs down inside the 5, and I can guarantee you that's a hold call on the Bears.
It's going to negate a good run and a 1st down for the Bears.
Holding on the Bears.
And boy, they're going to really have a country mile to go.
It'll be 3rd and 31 now from the 36. Yeah, yep, back to the 36-yard line for the Bears at 4:20 to go.
Holding on the call.
We've had nothing but flags here.
Yep, half a dozen already. 2 against the Bears, 4 against the Generals.
Crucial one on the Bears right there, because that wiped out a 1st and go situation for the Bears. So on 3rd and 31, we'll see what to do. And if on 4th, they may go for it anyway. They're at the 36-yard line in Heritage territory. Martin back, stands up quickly, throws across the middle, intercepted. Again, that's going to be Wingrove, and he's down to the 40, 35 into midfield, right in his hands. Wingrove, that's his second of the night. Evan Wingrove, the senior linebacker, and the Generals again have great field position. The Bear 49.
And that was just a poor pass. He threw it right to number 33 there, Wingrove. And he gets it back to where the Bears originally started, at the 49.
Quarterback gets the statistics. It could be the receiver's fault. You never know until you look at film and talk to the coach. But that was right in his hands. There was no Bear there. So I don't know if the Bear went the wrong way or what. But first and 10 for the Generals now at the Bear 49. They lead at 3-0. 4:10 to go here in the opening quarter play at Bear Stadium. They'll set up with wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 left. Chandler, snap, back to pass. He's going to go thrown over the top, long down the field. It's going to be complete. Touchdown, Heritage. And just like that, Jake Collette catches a pass, and it's 9-0. Generals over the Bears.
Bears better wake up.
Jake Collette, and he got behind the defender. The pass was there, dead on the money, and they lead it 9-0 with a PAT coming up from the guy who caught the touchdown pass, Jake Collette, number 9. So at 4 minutes exactly to go in the first quarter. Collette set up for the snap. Here it comes, placed down. That kick is, hits the upright, no good. So they missed the point after. At 4 minutes to go in the period, 9-0 Heritage over the Bears. We'll be back in 30 seconds with another General kickoff.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than fresh beef quarter-pounder burger, made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Well, the Bears are back ready to receive again for the second time in the quarter. They're down 9-0. 2 turnovers on pass interceptions that were both right in the hands of the same guy, Evan Wingrove. Heritage will bunch up around the kicker. Last time they did this, they tried an onside kick, but there's offsides. Collette will tee it up. Let's see what they're going to do here. Are they going to spread out into formation or not? Yes, they will. So probably a traditional kickoff here. He just takes one step. He's going to do a pooch pick. He's going to kick along those guys back there, and you can't blame him. Here's a kick going to be taken on the run. That's going to be Boo Carr to the 30, to the 35, cutting up the middle. He's going to try to cut right. He's to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, 45, 40, 35, and he's going to be finally pulled down as Boo Carter at his best. And no flags on the return. Carter back to the 33-yard line from about the 25.
Good return, and he had Walker a wall of blockers, but you know what? He didn't have any that last 10, 12 yards. He ran out of blockers. They were all at midfield, and the Generals just finally corralled him.
First and 10 Bears now at the Generals 33-yard line, 33. And Jalen Terry in the backfield with Caleb Martin, Max Wilson, wide with J.S. Rogers, Boo Carter out here to the right. No, that's not Boo. Yeah, it is. That's Boo. And here's handoff Jalen. He's down to the 25. Boo Carter laid on number 3. Man, that freight train. Boo's still on lady now. That's Luke Fitzsimmons, who was derailed. He's still down. The crowd reacting to that with oohs and ahs. Yards down. 2nd and 2 at that. Number 3, again, that's Lucas Fitzsimmons, a junior receiver defensive back. Break a 30.5 minute here on Talk 101. Nice round of applause for number 3, Luke Fitzsimmons, who was helped to his feet, and he is going to very, very slowly walk off the field and try to figure out what hit him, because he was flat. I mean, just green.
Like a freight train hit him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the feeling. And he's still a little bit wobbly, but he is walking off the field. But he was down for 2 or 3 minutes.
The Bears picked up 8 on that run. 2nd down and 2 at the Generals' 30-yard line. 25.
All the melee. That was a nice run by J. Allen Terry. He picked up 8 yards.
And they're waiting to get the injured player off the field. He is just about there. And now he's stepping across into the player area there. So here we go. 2nd down and 2 for the Bears at 3:41. We'll start the clock on the snap. Now they'll crank it, actually. Martin back looking to pass again. He's going to throw it into the end zone area. It's going to be caught by Carter. Is he inbound? Nope. He was just out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Boy, he caught it in double coverage.
Yep. And 2 guys all over him, and he still made the catch. But it was close. But he was just barely out of bounds.
2nd down and 10. 3rd and 2. That was not 1st and 10. 2nd and 2. 3rd and 2 now coming up. Twins left side, Boo right side alone. 3rd and 2, I'd say J. Allen Terry is what the call I'd make. And they jump off sides. Let's see who this is on. They're going to call the Bears, I believe.
On the play.
He threw it toward the Bears, and it's going to be procedure on the Bears. 5-yard mark off. 3rd and 7 coming up. The Bears are their own worst enemy. They trail 9-0 here at 3:32 in the first quarter play.
And I think it's all mental, Gary.
It sure seems to be, because they're not on the same page right now. Same set. Jarris Rogers, Max Wilson wide left. 3 down linemen now with the Generals. Brad's going to change the play after they saw the formation. Martin back. Always out of the shotgun. The snap. He'll hand it to Boo. Is that Boo in the backfield?
J. Allen.
Flag back here. Away from the ball. Way away from the ball. Boo Carter back there with the defender, and the flag's thrown back there. We got a flag here. It's not 4th down yet, Mr. PA guy. They wave it off? No, it's on the Bears. Must be a personal foul, I bet you, here. And we're waiting to see what they're going to do here. It's at the 26. They'll mark it from the scrimmage. This is probably a 15-yarder, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's 5.
Yep.
There's 10. 10-yarder.
Flag on the play. Holding.
Okay, holding somehow back there.
From the spot of the foul.
26 to the 36.
3rd and 13 now.
So they're going to give J. Allen 4 yards on that, and then 10 yards from that point.
3rd down and 13 at the 36-yard line where we started. Back to the long run by Boo on the kick return. Here's Martin back. Looking, has time. Across the middle. This time complete to J. Allen Terry. He's got a 1st and 10 for the Bears down inside the 20-yard line. Well, they're going to mark him right at the 20, but it will be enough for a 1st down. A 16-yard gain to J. Allen Terry on the pass from Martin.
Down for the Bears.
Yeah, that helped. 16-yarder there.
Cleveland Ford 1st and 10. Clock's at 3:06 to go. Bears set again. J. Allen has the handoff. Hits the middle. He's going to have 1 or 2 maybe. Well, maybe a yard, maybe.
By number 16, Killen Smith.
Smith on the tackle, Killen Smith. So 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Bears. Just inside the 20-yard line. Actually, he's almost 9.5, or closer to 10, really. He virtually got maybe a football length gain on that play. Martin has completed 3 out of 4 passes, but 2 of them were the other team.
You're exactly right.
He said again, he's back to pass. He's looking left. He's going to roll out, and that's going to throw it into the middle. It's going to be touchdown, and the flag on the play.
Oh, my goodness.
Jarris Rogers on the touchdown, but a flag on the play, and this is going to come back again. Another holding call.
Wipe out a touchdown right there from 20 yards out. That was a good, well-thrown pass, hard, crisp, right on the money to Darius Rogers.
Holding on the Bears again. Me oh my. So from the 20 to the 30.
Gary, we've just passed the Generals on number of penalties.
How many do we have now?
We have now 5.
Wow.
And a lot more yardage. They have 4. So a lot of penalties here in the first quarter.
We've had 3 major penalties. They had 4, but they're all 5-yarders.
We've had 3 10-yarders.
2:18 to go in the period. 9-0 Generals on top of the Bears. The Bears had a chance. They had a touchdown there. Call for holding. They'll put Jalen Terry in motion. Martin back. A little screen underneath. It's going to go J.S. Rogers. He's 30, 25, 20. Down the 15 to the 10. Down inside. It'll be a first and goal, I believe, for the Bears.
Yep, inside the 10.
Jalen Terry brought down by Armour and also Simmons. It'll be a first and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland forward at the 7-yard line.
And that was Jarius Rogers again.
Yep.
Just caught that touchdown pass. So it was negated.
Cut across the left side, a post kind of pattern.
The 30 to the 7, so a 23-yarder by Jarius.
This game tonight being televised on the Bear Network through YouTube. Just go there, search for BCHS Bear Network. I'll give you the folks helping out tonight. Martin back, being chased. Got away from a couple of guys, being chased. Gets a block, going to be sacked.
Goodness.
Way back at the 36-yard line from the 7 first and goal back to the 36, a 29-yard loss. A huge 29-yard loss. Our line is getting whipped tonight. Our offensive line is getting whipped.
And I think that the Generals might be a little bit better ball club than the vast majority of the Bear players thought they were.
2nd and 32 at that point. Moving back to the 32 now from the 36.
25-yard loss, nevertheless.
He's been running for his life every single snap. Our front line, I was blaming you. I'm not trying to blame anybody, but the front line's not doing their job right now, the offensive line. Martin back again. He's going to roll out again to the right side. He's got a block there. He's going to run to the 40, 35, 30. Cuts back 25 to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. And he is down to the, where's he at?
Inside the
1-yard line. It's a 1-yard line. A 31-yard run by Caleb Martin, who's been the workhorse for the Bears tonight. Right at the 1. First and go for the Bears, and Cleveland forward at that point.
So a 31-yard run. He was picking his way. Great decision that time on the part of Caleb Martin.
You think you've got him hemmed in. He's got more moves than I don't know who. First and go for the Bears at 1. They've got to push this in without a penalty.
Yep.
38.9 to go in the quarter now. Martin back. Fires a little lofted pass out to Boo Carter. Knocked out of his hands. Incomplete. Defended by Cody Bryan.
Man, we've got the score. All of a sudden, Gary, it's 4th down.
He just floated one out there. That's right. 4th down. 4th and go from the 1-yard line. I'd put the big hoss in the backfield and let him push him in. Jackson Wilson checks in for the Bears, relieving Jalen Terry in the backfield.
And right here, we've just said our line is getting whipped. We've got to have a hole for 1 yard.
That's right. It wasn't the first. It was early. Here's Jackson Wilson, and he will.
He did not make it. He did not.
No, he did not. So the Bears,
Lord have mercy,
have been stopped. Ball goes over with 26.5 to go in the period. The Generals take over at their half-yard line. Literally, it's a half-yard line.
I'll just tell you, Gary, the Bears are not playing like the #1 team in the state of Tennessee right now.
Nope.
This is not what we expected.
Been a long first quarter here, especially for the Bears. Penalties after penalties. 2 turnovers. First and go, and he can't score. And now standing in their end zone with 26.5 to go, the Generals in a tight formation, especially trying to protect the ball. And long count. They will hand it, not hand it off. Quarter just ducks his head and moves forward to about the 3-yard line for a gain of a couple.
On the quarterback sneak.
Let's see where they officially mark it down. Clock's at 18. This will be the final play of the first quarter.
Of 2 yards. It'll be second down.
First quarter is always brought to you by Taziki's. We appreciate Taziki's continued support of Bradley Central football. That will be the final play. Give him right at 2 yards, second down and 8, and that'll end the first quarter play. So after one quarter of play, Heritage Generals 9, the Bradley Central Bears nothing. Back in 1 minute with the start of the second quarter here from Jimmy Level Field here at Bear Stadium. Back in 60 seconds.
What if the roof that protected your home was formed with 50,000 pounds of strength per square inch? Not happening with asphalt shingles. Guaranteed with metal roofing from Best Buy Metals. Our permanent steel roofing is beautiful, competitively priced, and lasts a lifetime. We manufacture to assure the quality you deserve. Greater strength, stronger roof, Best Buy Metals. Visit our showroom or find us online at Best Buy Metal Roof.
Game, as mentioned, is being televised on the Bear Network. Some of the folks working: Madison McNabb, the technical director; Tippy Wright, the assistant technical director; Joseph Horner, graphics producer; Bryson Lawson, audio producer; Cayden Maynard, Jumbotron producer; Trevor Walker on cam 1; Riley Mullins on cam 2; Brandon Walker on cam 3; Riley Ownbey, production assistant, along with Dakota Faricelli; Emily Quinn's the game producer; and of course the professor, Mr. Quinn Shroyer, the executive producer for all of our telecasts. So here come the Cherokees. The Generals leading 9-0 here in the first quarter play. As we start the second quarter, they're 2nd and 9 from their own 2-yard lines where the ball is placed right now. They held the Bears on 4th and goal from the 1. And here's a handoff to the man in the middle. Nope, the quarterback's going to keep it. Chandler's going to have 5-10 yards. He's out across the 10. He'll have a first down. Tackled by Boo Carter out there at the, 11? Yep, 1st and 10 for the Generals at that point. Boy, he was close to breaking it. Boo wasn't there. He was gone.
Boo was the last man standing between him and an open field.
Surprise call. Caught the Bears off guard there. 11:33 to go in the half now. Coming halftime show. Our trivia question. Mr. Patrick Spangler should be along talking with us at halftime. So here come the Generals. 1st and 10 out there, 11-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Handoff. Slaughter in the middle. He'll have nothing. Reached the line of scrimmage, I guess, and boy, a ton of Bears piled on him. Number 15, a sophomore, Braden Slaughter, coach's son. No game, 2nd and 2 coming up.
Also on the tackle, number 9.
Rodney Williams in on the tackle, one of the lead tacklers. That's the interior middle of the defensive line. Made that stop for the Bears. 10:45 to go in the half. 2nd and long, 2nd and 10. Again, a tight formation for the Generals. The Bears in a tight defense formation. Chandler back to pass, rolling, looking, being chased, throws out in the flat, just throws it away. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Boy, he was really pressured by Braxton Arthur.
And Marcus Goree was the closest man to that. If he had had one more good step, he could have had a pick.
Braden Slaughter, the intended receiver that time, out of the backfield. Clock is stopped at the out of bounds or the incomplete pass. So it's 3rd and 10 again. Repeat the down from the 11-yard line in Generals territory. They're up 9-0 over the Bears with a field goal early on. They've picked off 2 pass interceptions. We got time called by the Generals. We'll take a time as well for LB applies here at 10:29 to go in the half. 9-0 score. The Generals over the Bears. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Right now you're wondering, what's next? Well, Lee University specializes in helping you find your next path. Your education. Your calling. Your faith. Wherever you feel led, we know you can make a difference. That's why your Lee family will be with you to guide the way. No matter what twists and turns lie ahead, you can expect something great from Lee University.
McDonald's is honored to serve our communities. McDonald's.
3rd and 10 after the timeout. Chandler back looking under pressure. Throws out in the flat. It's going to be complete. He's wide open to the 20, 25, 30, 35 to the 40-yard line. Looks like number 22 maybe. Yep. Drew Bradley from the 11-yard line all the way out to the 41-yard line. What, 29-yard gain there? No, 30-yard gain, 30-yard gain. He was wide open.
At the 41-yard line.
1st down and 10 now for the Generals, driving to their own half-yard line. After stopping the Bears on 4th and 1 to hold them off the scoreboard. They'll shift a man left to right, hand off again to 22 in the middle. He's going to have 5 yards. Oh, and then he is just slammed down. There's a Jackson Wilson on the tackle, and a flag thrown right there at the point of the tackle. Not sure what that's about. Flag coming up. This could be another major penalty on the Bears. They're talking it over. Let's get the indication from the referee. It's going to be 15 on the Bears. Personal foul.
So give him 4 on the rush and another 15 on the penalty.
I guess that is another major penalty for the Bears. Been so good on penalties this year. Right now, the train has derailed. 9:51 to go. Ball now in Bear territory at the 40-yard line. General's already up 9-0 here. They'll send twin men out to the right. Put a man in motion again, the same exact set, and they'll shift him. Hand off in the middle, though, to Slaughter. No, it's not Slaughter. It's 22 again. He's been carrying the ball. That's Drew Bradley. He'll move forward for 2 or 3 yards. Let's see. Down to the 36, 4 yards. 2nd and 6. That is Drew Bradley, a senior running back. They're at the Bear 36. 9.5 to go here in the opening half. General's band has formed a big G over there in the stands where they're at. Good crowd on a great night for football. Not a great night for the Bears so far. Chandler with a snap. Hands it off. It's going to be again, and not getting anything this time. It's going to be Bradley.
They get a yard. Not much at all.
It's going to be 3rd down, and they give him, nope, still, I think no gain. Still 3rd and 6. And maybe a half a yard closer to 35 than 36. 8:48 in the half. Clock is running. 9-0 Generals on top of the Bears here at Bear Stadium. Long huddle again. Here just doing exactly what Damon said they'd do. Huddle up, take all the time they can to get ready to snap the ball. Play clock's down to 12 for Lamcon. And now they're looking, time's going to be called, well, the officials called time for something. I don't think either team called. It's going to stop play. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, 51 is being told to leave the field. Obviously, he doesn't have a mouthpiece in, or his knees, pads are above his knees. And here comes 55 in to replace him. That'd be Jake Bias coming in. So we have a uniform violation by each team, one on each side.
I can see jumping, but I can't see that. You know you got to put your mouthpiece in or tuck your pants up.
Here's the snap. Again, this will be Bradley. He's going to be stopped way short of the 4th down, for the 4th down coming up. Braxton Arthur in there along with Wally Suskowitz. Going to be 3rd down after a gain of a couple. 4th and 4 coming up for the Generals at the Bear 34. They've let them out of the hole a couple of times. Can't do it again. And I agree with you, Earl, about that. You know what the rules are. Pull your knee pads over the kneecap.
It's not a mental thing. I think it's a, hey, I think I can get away with it. I'm going to see if I can.
But they're looking for that.
Yeah,
they're looking for that.
It's just ridiculous.
He was an interior lineman, too. Not an empty backfield. Bradley stays in the backfield with Chandler on 4th down and 4. You'll see Twins out to the left side. And he's back looking left, cocks his arms, going to roll out and maybe right. Nope, he's going to throw a pass, going to be complete. Another first down. That's going to be number 2, Cody Bryan, down at the Bear 28. So 1st and 10 on 4th down. They gamble and get it. Everything is clicking for the Generals at this point. Everything.
Complete to number 2.
1st and 10 at the Bear 28, right on the yard stripe. Clock at 7:21 in the half. 9-0 Generals on top of the Bears. Cleveland was up 9-7 their game with Red Bank at Raider Field, and Walker was up 14-0 their game over Ray at the MAC. Man in motion again, left to right. Snap comes to Chandler, hands off to Bradley in the middle. He'll have a couple of yards, be second down near the Bear 26, I believe. It's homecoming tonight, by the way, at Cleveland High School. Halftime here tonight, and hope to have coach, coach, I guess still call him, Patrick Spangler. He's still a coach here at Bradley. Also the principal. Coach of the school. Suskowitz on the tackle for the Bears. Second down and 8 after a gain of 2 to the Bear 26-yard line. Again, a very long huddle for the Generals. They'll send Twins out the right side this time. Same formation, they just flip it. See if they put a man in motion. Nope. Back goes Chandler. He's hit hard into the end zone. It's going to be knocked away by Boo Carter, nearly intercepted. And Chandler took a lick and a half from one of the Bear defenders. He was laid out.
Yep, he's gotten up slowly.
Yeah, he's trying to shake off the cobwebs. He's not feeling very well.
Broken up by number 6, Boo Carter.
3rd down and 8 coming up after incompleted pass. Clock stopped at 6:17 with that incomplete pass. Big play right here. Of course, they're going to go for it on 4th.
Yep, absolutely.
At this play point.
This drive started, let me remind you, listeners, at the 1-yard line.
Yes, it's been a long, clock-eating, time-consuming. Give them credit for it, man. They've played well.
Yeah, they have.
Here we go, 3rd down and 8. Chandler back, rolling right, looking. Flips back to the left side. He's got it complete. He's got the first down. He's down to the 15. He's to the 10. He's inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Generals.
Boy, I tell you, Gary, if they score here and they're knocking on the door,
right at the 10-yard line.
Big hole for the Bears to dig out of.
1st and goal for the Generals at the Bear 10-yard line. 3rd and 8 pass was complete. And it will be, it is 1st and goal right at the 10. If it's touching the stripe, it's considered right on the 10. They put down the yard markers, just have the down marker. Generals again out of a long huddle. Come forward. Clock is again running. Chandler, a long count. Hands it off to Brad in the middle. He's going to have a couple. Well, he breaks free and gets loose down to about the 5 before he is flattened by one of the Bear defensive backs. That's Tito Williams. Got him about the 5, so it's be 2nd and goal at the 5.
Tackled by number 6, Boo Carter.
Clock running at 5:21. They're taking about one play every 45 seconds.
It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Generals.
And boy, that's eating up that clock. 9-0 Generals here in the 2nd quarter, getting closer to halftime. 5:08 to go. Twins to the right side. Chandler hands it off to Bradley in the middle. He's going to have way down there. Is he in the end zone?
Nope.
He is close. Going to be 3rd and goal from right at the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. They'll put in some new heavier players. Tito Williams, Max Wilson checks out for the Bears.
3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line.
3rd and goal from the 1. Clock already down to 4.5 to go. Yeah, they're running one play per minute, really. Long huddle. Play clock's at 11. It's the Lamcon play clock. So 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll send one man out wide right, but they're really tight. Bradley masked right there. Chandler keeps it. He's a flag. He's not going to get in.
He did not make it. Nope.
This may be a holding call. Boy, that would help. Let's get the call from the official. He steps up. The back judge, the head referee threw this from position behind the quarterback. He threw it before the whistle even sounded to kill the play. I think we'll mark it off. Well, procedure.
Yeah, 5 yards will help.
Back to the 6. Repeat third down. Third and goal from the 6-yard line. The Generals trying to punch it in and go up by 16 or 17 to nothing. They're up 9 to nothing right now at 4:11 to go. Clock is stopped. Now they'll crank the clock. A tight formation. Everybody in, like a single wing formation this time. Everybody inside. Chandler set. Claps his hands. Has a snap. Rolls to his right. Floats it across the middle. Overthrown. Incomplete intent for Wingrove. It's going to be 4th and goal. And let's see if they try a field goal.
I think that they were on the same page right there. He didn't run the right route, or they didn't communicate.
Comes the field goal team in for their second try tonight at 3:53 to go in the quarter and the half. No one, he may fumble it. Not fumble it, but fake it. Jake Collette, number 9, who's already kicked one field goal, missed the extra point, hit the upright. Kick him to the left hash mark. The snap that placed in that kick is plenty high enough, and it is through the uprights. No good. It's off left. No good again. From this angle, looked like he made it, so the Bears will hail and take over.
Now, that was a short one.
Yes, it was. So 3:47 to go in a half now. We're going to keep it right here because they're going to come back out ready to snap the ball. And you know that 5-yard penalty, Earl? They were on the 1-yard line, pushing back to 6.
Yep.
They tried to float a pass in there.
24-yard attempt goes awry.
That's what
he
kills
just missed it.
Drives. Bears take over 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line, now trailing at 9 to nothing with 3:47 to go. And let's see, we have not called a time, I don't believe. Here just called one.
So.
Scoreboard showing us with all 3 left. Twins out to the right side.
1st down and 10 for the Bears.
It's going to be Max Wilson, Jas Rogers. I'm reading my numbers right. Jalen Terry goes in motion and fires down the flat to Jalen. He's to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. He'll have to get knocked out of bounds there. Right at a 32 or 33. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford. Put him at the 33-yard line, right on the 33, they say.
This is the first time the Bears have had their hands on the ball the entire quarter, and it's just 3:40 to go.
That's so like we saw with Tyner, who held the ball the entire 3rd quarter in that game earlier. Twins right side for the Bears. Caleb Martin set. They jump into the zone. There's a penalty on the Generals. 5-yard jump into the neutral zone. 5-yard mark off. Make it 1st and 5. Move the ball up to the Bear 38. Both teams, neither one looking very sharp offensively. Lots of penalties both ways. Lots of penalties. Way too many. So on 1st and 5 now. Clock's at 3:40. Bears are set. Martin hands it to Jay Allen. He comes across. He's 40 to the 45, and he's dragged down. He's got the 1st and 10 for the Bears. From the 38 to the 45, a 7-yard gain for Jay Allen Terry. And the 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford.
The Bears really need to put some points on the board. A touchdown before halftime.
Yep.
Plenty of time.
Clock's at 3:25 to go and running. They'll have the ball coming out the second half. We'll spread him out a little more this time. Martin back. He's rolling to his left. He's in trouble. He's going to spin free. They knock each other off, and then there's the ball thrown away. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. 2 defenders hit each other and knocked themselves down, or they might have had a sack on Caleb. And they have been in his uniform all night tonight. 2nd and 10 coming up. Clock stopped at 3:02 now with incomplete pass. It's been an interesting first half, to say the least. 9-0 Generals over the Bears right now. In the game that everybody thought the Bears would come in here and win. I'm not saying they'd blow them out. And they may still win this. We're hoping and think they will, but they have not looked sharp at all, offense or defense. Again, set to go. Martin Pass out in the flat to Jalen Terry in open field. He's to the 45. He's to midfield. He's to the 45. He's down to the 43. And a 1st and 10 for the Bears at the General's 43. Jackson, yes. Not Jim, but Jackson Wilson. 1st and 10 for the Bears again in Cleveland Ford. The best drive the Bears have had so far. And with 2:45, the clock is running. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. And we have Jackson Wilson in the backfield again. And the Bears jump off. Or they threw the flag at Heritage, but it's on the Bears, I believe. Yep, it's on the Bears, 5-yard mark. It really doesn't matter at this point, this amount of time and we're at on the field. It'll be 1st and 15, though. Move the ball back to the Generals 48. 1st and 15 at that point. 2:33 to go. Clock stopped with a penalty. And now they'll crank it. So they lost about 20 seconds or so because of the penalty. Brady looking at the sideline, getting the play signal in. Boo Carter out wide to the left here. Out wide, right? Looks like, Jarris Rogers, Max Wilson to the far side. Martin back, looking. Going to throw it long. There's Boo Carter in the middle. Going to throw it toward him. It's going to be knocked away. Boy. Boo turned into a defender that time.
Yeah, he was almost intercepted by number 8.
2nd and 15.
Andrew Moore almost had that. Boo just knocked it away from Andrew Moore.
Turned into a defender. Clock
yes,
at 2:13. Stop with the incompletion.
He knew he couldn't catch it, so he broke up what would have been an interception.
A little bit underthrown that time.
Yep.
They all had to wait for it to come back.
It was a long one.
Yes.
40-something yards in the air.
Bears with an empty backfield. Twins each side now. See what they've got cooked up on this play. Carter, it's quarterback draw. He's going to have 5-10 yards. So he's going to have the first down, I believe, down inside the 40 to the 35 and on to the 32, where it will be 1st and 10, yes, for the Bears in Cleveland Ford with 2:05 to go. They'll move the chains and start the clock at the 32-yard line. Nice pickup by the quarterback. That was a planned quarterback draw.
16 yards.
Opening a big hole up the middle of the offensive line that time. This time he'll keep Jackson Wilson in the backfield with him. He'll hand to Wilson. He'll hit the middle for nothing. Maybe the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. We'll give him a yard to the 31. Give him 1. 2nd and 9 coming up. Clock at 1:36 and running. Bears got to hurry. Wilson comes out. Jalen Terry back into the outfield. Bears looking at the sidelines, waiting for the play to be signaled in. Taking a long time to get the play in here, guys, at 1:22. Clock is running. Boo out to the left here. Jarris Rogers, Max Wilson to the right side. Martin throws out to the right side. It's complete to Max Wilson. He's got 5, 10, 15, down inside the 15, to 20, to the 10, to the 5, and ran out.
Down to about the 5, maybe the 4, Gary.
Yes, and on the far side, Max Wilson caught it from the 31. They'll put it right at the 4, a 27-yard gain, and 1st and go for the Bears, and they've got to push it in here. Clock's at 1:05. Bears have all 3 times out remaining.
27 yards to Max.
Empty backfield again for Martin. He may run the quarterback draw again. Nope, he's back, looking, going to roll out, throw a pass into the end zone, and there's a flag, maybe interference here. Jarris Rogers caught it, but I think he was out of bounds, but he was double teamed.
Deep in that corner.
I believe we got pass interference here. They threw it right at the defender. Referees on their microphones talking to each other.
Holding half the distance from the 4 to the 2, Gary.
Repeat the first down, 1st and go from the 2-yard line now. Bears got to play clean football, not get a penalty. We've been here.
Plenty of time, almost 1 full minute.
Yep, the clock will not start until the snap. Twins right side, single man left, that's Carter. The snap, the handoff in the middle. It's going to be Jalen Terry going to punch down just as it ends.
He's right at the goal line.
Saying he's down.
He's inside the 1, though.
Going to be 2nd and go from inside the 1-yard line, I believe. Clock's at 47. Bears are probably going to let it run down here and take a time. They're going to 2nd and go. They're quickly go at the scrimmage line. And now's a flag or time call. I believe we have Timeout called by Harris. Let's take a timeout with him for Tzatziki's. 1 minute timeout here with 38.2 to go in half. 9-0. Bears trail, but they're on the 1 yard line when we return on second down and go after 1. Back in a minute.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
.2 to go in the half. Bears second and go from the 1 yard line. Martin with an empty backfield again. Second and goal. Martin into the end zone, and he reaches out. He's got it. Touchdown, Bears.
And then that was his reach.
Yes. Touchdown, Bears. That makes it 9-6 with that PAT coming up at 31.2 to go in the half.
Caleb was hit between the 1 and the goal line, and while he was still in the air, reached the ball across the goal line.
So the Bears will try the all-important extra point. The Generals missed their first and only extra point so far. Skylar Perkins was 5 for 5 last week. This could be a very, very important extra point here. Caleb Martin's a holder. Bryce Bivens a snapper. Comes the official to the sideline. And we got a time call. I don't know what the hold-up here is. He comes to the sideline talking to penalty on Heritage on the kick. That will be assessed on the kickoff we just heard. I didn't see the flag.
I didn't either.
So now we're set to go on the extra point attempt. This will be a kicked extra point. Skylar Perkins Sr., the snap. That kick is plenty high, and it is pretty good. Yeah. So 31.2 to go. 9-7 the Bears. Trail by 2 now. We'll be back in just 30 seconds with a kickoff.
McDonald's is honored to serve our communities. McDonald's would like to give the opportunity to come join their team at one of their 11 locations. McDonald's has 5 locations in Cleveland and locations in Athens, Sweetwater, Madisonville, Etowah, Ocoee, and Ottawa. It's as simple as texting APPLY to 38000 or dropping by one of their 11 locations for an application. They offer flexible schedules, tuition assistance, and competitive wages. Come join them.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Southland Finance halftime show. We'll have a trivia question. Earl Stats, brought to you by Jeff Miller for District Attorney. Coach and Principal Patrick Spangler should be along to talk with us. Talk about a big event we're having at Bradley coming up in December. That's the Hall of Fame. Here comes a mark-off. He's marking off the wrong. No, he's marked the right way. Let's see. Maybe a 5-yarder. Looks like a 5-yard to the 45.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So somewhere along the line. Yep, we're going to tee it up at the 45-yard line where the Bears will kick off. Skylar Perkins will do the honors again here. With 31.2 and a half, 9-7 a score. Generals over the Bears. Skylar going through his flex exercises. Here he comes on the kick. It's going to be a boomer. Boy, all the way into the end zone.
And out.
So they'll start at the 20-yard line. First and 10 for the Generals at their 20. Got a difficult trivia question for you tonight. And Eugene Heinsinger, bud, you won last. You can't win for 30 days, so you're not going to win tonight. I promise you that. You can call in and give an answer, but we're not going to give you the prize.
I guarantee you, Eugene will know it, though.
I know. He's won a couple of times this season. Roy will. And the Bears are set to kick off.
We do appreciate all of our faithful listeners, and we have many.
Yep. So they back the Bears at 5 yards. They'll kick it again from the 40 this time. So kick it from the 45. Let's see if he gets 5 more yards and go back into the end zone. Bears were offsides that kick. And I thought they were. And here's this kick, another high, booming kick all the way down to the 4. And he drops it at the 4. And boy, he's in trouble now. He's trying to get away, and he's going to be brought down inside the 20 to 16-yard line. Clock stops at 22.6. Andrew Moore on the return, but he dropped it. Too big a hurry there.
He just dropped the old apple and then said, whoops, I got to pick it up. But
boy, by then, it was there's a flag on the play. Again, every play we've got something going on here. They're pointing at Heritage sideline. Not sure what this is about. I didn't see it initially, but it's out there at the 23-yard line. And
there are 2, Gary. There's also one at the 25.
Looks like it's going to walk toward Heritage.
I don't know if they're the same, but there are 2 flags.
Here's the call. Holding or blocking the back on the Bears.
Sure is.
Yep, that's a
Defensive holding call against the Bears.
And let's see, they're going to, a lot of discussion going on out there with the referees and the players. Flags at the 23. And now they're marking off against Heritage. Well, or are they? We're going to go back to the 15 with the tackle spot. Now mark off 10 at that point. Confusion reigns tonight.
Up to the 26.
Yep. So Heritage with 22.6 to go. Probably not going to do anything silly. Probably going to take a knee here, I would guess. They lead at 9-7 here in the first half. It's been a long first half. Chandler with a snap. Hands it off to Bradley, and he comes across. He's got 5 yards, 6 yards to the 30, on to the 34, and the clock is running. Nobody's going to stop it. So a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 coming up with 6 to go. No, not going to run another play. They're already running to the sideline. So that's going to end the first half of play here at Bear Stadium. Your score at the halftime break for Southland Finance, or the Bears trailing it. It's the Generals 9, the Bears 7 here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with that Southland Finance halftime show. The first thing out of my mouth is going to be about the trivia questions, so it's going to be a tough one for you tonight. You're going to earn it tonight if you get it. But check back with us in 2 minutes here on Talk 101.3.
Is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
And more savings.
Metal roofing from Best Buy Metals offers the long life of a kicker with the strength of a linebacker. It's the easiest decision since the time you had to pick between watching the Super Bowl or professional bowling. Did you know Best Buy Metals can provide a free material quote from a Google Map address? Stop by our showroom today. Visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com. or get a free quote at metalroofingquote.com.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Beerthar, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Welcome back to Bradley Central High School here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We're at halftime. The Generals lead the Bears 9-7. They got off to a quick start with a field goal after a Bear turnover on the interception. And the Bears were their own worst enemies with all kind of penalties in the first half. So was the Generals. But first, let's do our trivia question. I can talk over the Heritage Band. This is the first ever meeting between the Bears and the Generals. Former CHS coach E.K. Slaughter leads the Generals here. When was the last time the Bears played a team from Georgia? What year? What year is the last time the Bears played a team from Georgia? And if you've won this season, you're not eligible to win again tonight. It's a 30-day grace period after you win a prize, but call 476-0076. 476-0076. Ephraim Kyle will be there taking your calls. You'll let me know who won that. When was the last time the Bears played a team from Georgia? If you listened to our broadcast earlier, if you read the newspaper pregame story, if you saw the interview, you would know the answer to this. And we'll be getting that back to you. We're in the South Carolina Finance halftime show. Coming up now, we're going to have our middle school report, seen by our good buddy, Mr. Andy Jenkins from Lake Forest, the AD there. In JV football, down there Tuesday night, the JV team lost to McNabb, I think it was 30-20 at the final score there. Cross country, the TSSAA sectional is being contested tonight, probably over by now, down with Tennessee Riverwalk, who's contested today, I think started at 5 o'clock. In tennis, Lake Forest beat Ocoee Middle 7-2 in the girls. The boys lost 1-8. That's Lake Forest tennis against Ocoee Middle. In volleyball, the girls beat Hickson 2-1 and beat Don Loftus School 2-0. So that's the first and second round. And they've advanced to the state by virtue of those two wins. They're playing the semis tonight, though, at Cleveland Middle School, against Cleveland Middle School. So they're going to be going to the state. I'd like to remind you also about a good friend, Lindsay Bell, here at Bryson Central, the drama queen. Beauty and the Beast coming up October the 26th through November the 2nd here at Bryson Central. October the 26th through November the 2nd. This year's going to star Ryan Graves and Addison Short. If you need more information or to get tickets, call the school 476-0650. 476-0650. That's the Beauty and the Beast this year. If you've never seen any of their productions, they are beautifully done, well scripted, and great acting by students here at Bryson Central. It's Beauty and the Beast, October the 26th through November the 2nd, starring Ryan Graves and Addison Short. So there's our middle school report brought to you by Center for Cosmetic Dentistries, and our Bradley Drama information brought to you by Lindsay Bell. Let's take another time out here while the band continues performing. Earl's busy adding up stats. We'll have those for Jeff Miller for
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
At your Geico local office, we know that time flies.
Life of a kicker with the strength of a linebacker. It's the easiest decision since the time you had to pick between watching the Super Bowl or professional bowling. Did you know Best Buy Metals can provide a free material quote from a Google Map address? Stop by our showroom today. Visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com or get a free quote at metalroofingquote.com.
I am.
Welcome back to Bradley Central here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. Where all the games are supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. We're in our Southland Finance halftime show. We're going to try to talk over the Heritage Band. They got a big band right below us here. Being joined now by Patrick Spangler, the principal in his 5th year at Bradley Central. And Patrick, we had a very special announcement today. A press release has gone out to all the organizations around it and spread out things like this. So let's talk about this event we had this morning. We announced right here on Mixed Radio this morning.
Yeah, we did. It was just been a special day, and been able to hear from several people just how special it was, and read comments and just where they talk about this was long overdue, and they were happy that it was starting, and it's just a special day for Bradley High School, just to honor the many years. I feel like I've said it over and over again, but really, it is. It's honoring the many people that made an impact either in the community, on this campus, graduates, just people that made significant impact to Bradley Central High School and the community.
Well, we had 7 folks going in. 3 of those are already passed away and going on their rewards right now, but 4 of them are still alive and with us, and thank goodness they are. But let's go ahead and just sort of walk us through the 7 that went in today.
Yeah, starting it off, it was a great class, inaugural class. Dr. Charles Paul Kahn, graduate of 1963. Then you have John Rex Dockery, and I made my notes here. Bradley Central class of 1960. Lily Frank Fitzgerald, Bradley Central class of 1932.
That's a long time.
Del Hughes, principal of Bradley from 1965 to 1996. Bob Douglas and Robert Bob Douglas Johnson.
Yes.
Bradley Central class of 1962. Steve Sloan, class of 1962, and then Corky Whitlock, who the thing out beside of his name is 53 years on the radio. So just an awesome day, and I tell you, as a graduate of Bradley High School and played ball here and had a chance to teach in the classroom and then now the principal. This has just been, it's been fun, I knew the class of 1960, 1950, 1960. I knew there were many great things happening, but to really to just take time and read everything that took place back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. It was just, it's so cool.
It really is, and not just these 7, but boy, there's so many names were submitted that will go in eventually at some point down the road here, as we have this each year. And
it is, and we had to start somewhere. We had to start somewhere, and there's so many people that will join this. I would say fraternity. Pretty
it's
soon.
A special group,
and it is. So I want to thank the committee. I want to thank the community. I want to thank the people that took time to submit the nominations. Just because we wanted to make it easy, but we also needed to know information about it to pass along to the committee, and so just a special day.
So when are we going to celebrate all this?
Yeah, so this morning I get all the dates mixed up because it's so far out.
December 7th.
No, really, at 6 p.m. at the Pie Center. We'll have a banquet for them and their families, and it will be open to the community. So I encourage all Bradley supporters and anyone in the community that would like to attend, be on the lookout for ways to get to purchase your tickets, because we will communicate that out through Mix 104.1 and through our website and through our social media. And so people will have an opportunity to buy a ticket to the banquet, and then we will honor this group the next night, Friday night, whenever we host Cleveland High School in basketball. So
yes, that's going to be fun. And then we were talking earlier, and we're not voting members. We're on the committee, but somebody's got to oversee everything. Right. But we don't vote. But it's amazing when it was announced in our meeting who the 7 were, goodness gracious, you could not handpick a better choice of any of those guys. We got some other people just as worthy, and they will go in.
That's right. You know, and we want to make sure that it's like that for many years to come. This was the inaugural thing, but hopefully, 20, 30 years when we get to that point, we will have many, many people in this Hall of Fame and be able to recognize them.
Well, from what I've heard, the people are thrilled to death to hear the announcement of who went in there, and I know the folks who are still with us were personally contacted. I know they were excited to hear that too, and we hope to get them all in here in December and just have a gay old time over the pie.
Yeah, and that was special too, because I get to make the phone call and say, hey, congratulations, and that was special too, because some of them were people that I've talked to before. Some of them were people like Bob Johnson that I just met last weekend at the class of 1964 reunion get together, and so that's special to me, because I love to connect to those people. I love to hear their stories. I love to read about all their accomplishments, because I get
in this county, her and her husband were arch when they were live and all that, and they have the Lily Frank Fitzgerald Excellency Teaching Award we give out each year now, monetary award there, and people like her, and I've had kids say, I'm up here a lot, and I say, what about this teacher? Oh, they're hard. I say, you know what? I had teachers who were hard, but that's where I learned the most, rather than teach, just let you cruise through. If you're hard, you're going to learn something. And you'll look back later on in your material years and say, man, she was hard on me, like they say about Lily Frank, but man, I learned a lot. And she was inspired, like Dr. Kahn. He credits her with inspiration to what he's achieved.
That's right. And, I never had the opportunity to meet Lily Frank, and I wish I would have. But I know Rodney, and I know the type of person Rodney and Margot are, and I know their investment in this community and the Public Education Foundation, and just they're special people. So that's what it's about, and so I just. A lot of people have made a lot of sacrifices and have made a lot of impacts on the people on this campus, and I think that's the whole vision and what we want to do is to recognize them. And I think whenever we set out to start this Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame was for the whole Bradley Central High School experience, or the whole Bradley Central High School thing. It wasn't just dedicated for an athletic Hall of Fame, or an academic. It was just to really recognize everything about Bradley Central High School.
And I think that class shows we've done exactly that, and it's great to have that announced today. Look forward to the banquet in December, and I know the folks are going to be fired up and excited to be there too.
That's great. We got to get going a little bit, Gary. 7 to 9, and not a lot of offensive action, and a couple of just costly mistakes in the first half.
Here's the coaching coming out now, Earl.
Not exactly playing like the number one team in the state.
That's right, but I listened to Damon's pregame show when you did the pregame, and he talked about that off week. Some people think that the off week is just like this great week, but really it gets you out of your routine, because you're having to do different things, and then it's okay. Let's regroup. It's game week again. Let's regroup. It does help to get people, healthy and things like that. But listening to Coach Floyd's pregame driving in today, that was kind of something he stressed during that. So,
well, we're going to have the ball start the third quarter, so we're going to come back and win this game for us.
Most certainly.
Well, Patrick, as always, go ahead.
No, I just want to say shout out to our band.
Sure.
Our band group is doing phenomenal. Mr. Palace and Miss Garner do an incredible job, and they have a band competition tomorrow. So here, and so we want everybody to come out and support the Bradley Central High School band tomorrow for their competition. I know they'll do great, and I know they're prepared. And so just want to give a shout out to the Bradley Central High School band.
Absolutely. Nolan Palace and Angela Garner there. We appreciate what they do, and they've done it for several years now. Thank you for joining us here on our halftime show. Talk about the Hall of Fame, and I'm sure we'll be talking about a lot more. And look for the press release to be in the newspaper coming out here in the next few days, and it's all over social media already.
That's great. That's great. So Bears.
That's Mr. Patrick Spangler, I call him the head coach. He's sort of a head coach here at the school as the principal in his 5th year here, and he enjoys every minute of that. Folks, let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with Earl Stats, brought to you by Jeff Miller for District Attorney. Back in 2 minutes.
Lee University specializes in helping you find your next path, your education, your calling, your faith. Wherever you feel led, we know you can make a difference. That's why your Lee family will be with you to guide the way. No matter what twists and turns lie ahead, you can expect something great from Lee University.
McDonald's is honored to serve our communities. McDonald's would like to give the opportunity to come join their team at one of their 11 locations. McDonald's has 5 locations in Cleveland and locations in Athens, Sweetwater, Madisonville, Etowah, Ocoee, and Ottawa. It's as simple as texting APPLY to 38000 or dropping by one of their 11 locations for an application. They offer flexible schedules, tuition assistance, and competitive wages. Come join the winning team at your local McDonald's.
Back here at Bradley Central on the Southland Fans halftime show. There's located on Key Street right there near Chick-fil-A. Go home and get you a sack full of Chick-fil-A. Now, they close early on the weekends. I tried to go by there the last couple of games and they're already closed. But, Earl, tell us about the stats brought to you by Jeff Miller for District Attorney.
And the first half, Gary, not a great first half for the Bears, but I'll tell you this. I feel good. It's the first time in a long, long time when you're trailing at halftime and you feel good. That tells you something. We did not play well in the first half, but yet we came back in the last 3.5 minutes, put points on the board, scored a touchdown, and to go in at halftime after that first half, trailing by only 2 points, it feels like you're ahead.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
Okay, here's the way the stats looked in the first half. The Bears and Heritage all deadlocked in first down, 7 apiece. In the rushing department, the Bears had 17 rush attempts, 66 yards. Heritage had 16 rush attempts for 27 yards. Both teams took a lot of lost yardage, or they would have had a lot more rushing yards. Of course, when you get sacked for big losses, that counts against its negative yards, and it holds you rushing down. In the passing department, Caleb Martin, not one of his better first halves at all. He was 5 out of 11. He had 2 passes already intercepted. He has passed for 91 yards. That's pretty good on those 5 completions, but 5 out of 11. Remember, Caleb is completing almost 70% of his passes, so when you're below 50%, he will tell you, I didn't have a good first half. 2 interceptions. Wingrove picked off 1, and Max Owens picked off the other, but man, they led to points. 5 out of 9 for Heritage on their passing game, 115 yards and 0 interceptions. We've had 1 fumble each way, but did not lose it. Neither team lost it. The Bears have not punted yet. Heritage 1 punt for 47 yards. Penalties all over the place in the first half. 9 mark-offs against the Bears, a total of 75 yards. 8 penalties against the Generals for a total of 37 yards. Individually, receptions-wise, J. Allen Terry's caught 2 passes, 29 yards. Jarius Rogers, 1 for 23 yards. Jackson Wilson's caught 1 for 12. Max Wilson, 1 for 27. Evan Wingrove, 2 receptions for Heritage, 30 yards. Drew Bradley, 1 for 30. Cody Bryan, 1 for 6 yards. And Jake Collette, 1 for 49 yards. That was for a touchdown. Jake Collette also tacked on a 31-yard field goal for the Generals. Their extra point went awry. It hit the upright, That's the 9 points for Heritage. Bears came back in the last 3.5 minutes on a drive that went 80 yards in 12 plays. Caleb Martin calling his own number from the 1-yard line for the touchdown. That's respect. When you would rather have the Bears start, say, at the 35, 38-yard line rather than kick it deep. That is respect.
And Jake Collette, number 9, 89. He's got a...
They're going to straighten it out. The ball has to go 10 yards, and it did not. That's for sure.
And the
officials, I think, are on top of it.
But I believe Bradley's ball right there at the 49-yard line in general territory. So a break for the Bears.
Even though they recovered it, they touched it prior, just a yard short.
You can't do that. It's got to go 10. So the Bears will have a chance now in great field position, 1st and 10 at the Generals' 49-yard line. The score 9-7. The Generals on top of the Bears here at halftime. Brady will have Jalen Terry in the backfield with Caleb Martin. Going wide right is Boo Carter, Jarris Rogers, Max Wilson underneath you on the left side. Out of the shotgun. They've been out of the shotgun all season long. Every snap except a couple when it's in victory formation. And here is a handoff to Jalen in the middle. He's going to have 5. He's going to have 10. He's going to have 15. He's going to have 20 yards. He's down to the 27-yard line for the Bears. A 22-yard gain to the 26.
And we've said a couple of times in the first half, Gary, that our line was getting whipped. Boy, they opened up a hole right there. Kudos to the big guys up front.
23-yard gain down to the 26. A 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford. I probably would not want to be in the dressing room at halftime from the offensive line. The position coaches can be pretty stern and explain things to you. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Here we go. They'll shift Landon Scott to the right. Caleb Mark for the Bears. In the 3rd quarter, 9-7 Generals. Same formation for the Bears. Max Wilson to the left side here. Boo and Jarris out to the right side. Jackson Wilson in the backfield. They'll shift Scott again. Same exact formation as before. Back goes Martin. Look at the pass this time. Look, going in the end zone. He's got a man out there. Has he got it? Sets the bound. Bradley. Jarris Rogers. Jarris Rogers on a post pattern there. He had to fight 2 defenders, but he caught it somehow for the touchdown.
And boy, Caleb took
half an extra point attempt off the toe of Skylar Perker coming up. The snap, that place down, that kick is plenty high enough, and it's plenty good enough. Time out on the field, 14-9 the Bears at 10:37 in the 3rd. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with the kickoff in a half a minute.
McDonald's is honored to serve our communities. McDonald's would like to give the opportunity to come join their team at one of their 11 locations. McDonald's has 5 locations in Cleveland and locations in Athens, Sweetwater, Madisonville, Etowah, Ocoee, and Ottawa. It's as simple as texting APPLY to 38000 or dropping by one of their 11 locations.
Back here at Bradley Central where the Bears have taken the lead 14-9 at 10:37 to go in the 3rd period of play on that opening drive. They got the ball at the 49-yard line on an attempted onside kick. It was touched too early by one of the Generals. The Bears took over 1st and 10 there, and bam, bam, bam. Earl, quick recap of that drive.
Yeah, 51 yards in 3 quick plays.
Wow. Caleb
to Jarris Rogers, 22 for the TD. And, of course, again, Skylar Perkle, perfect on his extra point. And that looks better. 14-9 Bears.
And Jarris caught that heavy traffic. Here's Perkle's kickoff, another high spinner. This one will be taken at the 6 to the 5, 10, 15, going left, 20, 25 to the 30, and then brought down right there by one of the Bears on that far side. That's going to be, I believe, Boo Carter, no, number 0. That's going to be Demarius Ballard. 10:29 to go, 14-9. Bears now with a 5-point lead. 1st and 10 for the Jones at their 30-yard line. Let's see what the defense, they figured out what the Generals are trying to do offensively. Nice crowd here on a gorgeous night, a beautiful night. You couldn't ask for better weather. Temperature down in the low 70s by now. We'll try to get you a Blaze update a little bit later too. They rolled last night. And now we got somebody's coming off the field. There's Boo coming off, didn't have his mouthpiece in. He's standing right down in front of the referee. Here comes Max Wilson in.
And that's the 2nd time he's been caught.
So he'll come off for a play and hear it from the coaches. No, that's not blue. I don't think it's number 5.
Yeah, you're right.
That's 5. Mason Goree. Mason, I don't want to make a bad decision and tell you the wrong player here. Bradley on the carry. Braxton off on the tackle. Give him 2 yards. 2nd and 8 at the 32. And Drew Bradley has carried more tonight than Slaughter has.
Yep, he has.
Initially, Slaughter started. I don't know if he got shaken up. He's come in and out, but Drew Barry's been the man carrying almost every play since then. And there comes, it may have been Boo just checked in. I seen the player come from the sidelines there. Clock's at 9:55 and running. The Bears at 14-9 here in the third quarter play. And you can bet that the Generals would like to grind this out. You need just some clock. Chandler claps his hands, gets the ball, hands it off again to Drew Bradley. And he's going to be flattened.
Great,
Boo Carter and Wiley Suskowicz tag teamed him high and low. He said, "You ain't going nowhere, son." Going to be 3rd down and give him a yard, 3rd and 7.
No, it's a short yard.
Talked to Wiley Suskowitz's mother this week. She's a sub here at Bradley sometimes. Saw her checking in. Told her what a great defensive player her son's turning out to be, and he's just a sophomore. Clock's at 9:12 and running. Long huddle. The Lamcon play clock's at 13. 3rd down, and it's a big play right here for the Bradley defense. And also for the offense of the Generals. They'll send twins out to the right side. Chandler back. Takes the handoff, goes over the top, down, and it's overthrown way over Ringgold. 4th down coming up.
Boo defended, and Boo almost had a chance to intercept that one. It was badly overthrown.
Punt team comes in for the Generals. Is this their first punt?
No, they had one.
Okay.
We haven't punted yet.
Back deep, J.S. Rogers and Boo Carter for the Bears. And they're going to be talking this over at the middle of the field. Back at about the 33-yard line. Jack Collette, who's punting also. Back to punt. Carter, see if they kick it away from him. Here comes Collette's kick. It's a nice high driving kick. It's going to hit and bounce. Going to roll dead this time. Inside the 30 to the 27-yard line where the Bears take over. 1st down and 10 at the 27. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. No, I'll tell you what. Let's keep it here this time. Tell you about our friends at Village Volkswagen, locally owned and proud sponsor of local sports. Take a test drive of the award-winning, locally made BW Analyst. Their website is villagebw.com. Our good friend Dr. Gary Wojtek, no matter if it's a sports injury or work injury, just an accident at home, Wojtek Center has you covered. And that's Wojtek.com. Dale's Heating and Air. Website justcalldales.com. For all your heating and air needs, just call Dale's. That's Dale Taylor there. And Chick-fil-A, one of our favorite places to eat, conveniently located on Key Street and Parkway, and now in the Cleveland Coffee right downtown. I think that's 1st Street, and Along Planning Partners for all your financial needs. And here we go on 1st and 10 for the Bears from their 27 in the middle. Handoff, running game. Boy, we're getting some yards now running. Jackson Wilson picks up a good 5, 6, 7 yards all the way out to the 34. It's going to be 2nd and 3, a 7-yard pickup for Jackson Wilson at the Bear. Between the 34 and 35. So a short 3, long 2.5 maybe. Looking to the sidelines. Bears set. Twins left side this time. Martin back, passes out. Boo Carter has it, 35. He's to the 40. He's going to be ran out of bounds at the 44. And boy, if Boo gets anywhere near the ball, he has a parade with him because they're just all over him. 1st and 10 for the Bears all the way up to the 45. So another 1st down as the Bears try to sustain another drive. They lead at 14-9 at 7:59. Clock stop the out-of-bounds play. This drive began at their 27. They picked up 2 straight 1st downs. Coach Brett Stanford signaling the play. He's the offense. They'll line up with Jackson Wilson in the backfield with Martin. They'll shift Landon Scott. Twins to the left. Hand off to Wilson in the middle. He's running hard. He's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up nearly to midfield. Maybe shy of 5. Give him at least 4. 2nd down coming up. And let's call it 6. Yeah, 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. Jake Bias on the tackle for the Generals. 7:40 go. Clock continues to run.
Game by number 32.
Bradley seems to go to the eat some time up approach now. Taking a long time to get their plays in and keeping the ball on the ground so far. Looking to the sidelines for the next play. 6:47 to go here in the third.
This is a passing situation here.
I would think so. Or quarterback draw.
Maybe.
Oh, they jump off. They didn't call it. They didn't call it. He let him get back. 2 looks like, Cody Bryan. And there's 2 of them back. I can't see the second number. The snap to Caleb. He will punt it away. Oh, he could have ran for that. A low line drive. Boomer's going to roll and roll and roll again.
Oh, good bear roll.
Down to right near the 11-yard line. So from the 49 to the 11 at 6:12 to go. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. We're going to talk 101.3. Back in 1/2 minute. Yep, just 30.
That is almost on the 10. No, it's on the 11. You're right.
Or where all the glasses keep going. But we do know that you can trust Whirlpool to cook, clean, and wash it all, because that's what we've always done. Meal after meal, dish after dish, load after load, day after... What day is it?
At McDonald's, we're making changes every...
Third quarter play, the Bears at 14-9. They were down 9-0 in the first quarter. Generals have 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they continue. Brady Chandler, he will do a little quick Utah pitch, and Bradley smell this out, and
he's out.
Cody didn't score. 6:05 to go. Clock will start on the snap. Play clock's at 2-1. He'll get it in time, hand off on the quick pitch. Got virtually nothing. Maybe a couple out to the 13, let's see. And that is
15.
That's Slaughter.
Slaughter, yep.
It'll be 3rd down and 8. So a gain of 4 on the play. Rodney Williams in on the tackle for the Bears there. Big play again for the Bear defense. They tried to pass the last time to Wingrove, overthrew him. General's giving the Bears everything and more than expected here tonight. Maybe not from the General's viewpoint. Put a man in motion. Slaughter going to look out there toward him. Going to throw it long, though, over the top again. Overthrown and intercepted. Who's that? Boo? That's going to be... No, that's Marius Ballard.
That's who it is.
Number 0. Looked like a 6 maybe.
Yeah. It's number 0, Demarius Ballard.
2nd interception of the year for the Bears. Caleb Martin had a big one against Maryville, but the Bears have it at 45-yard line. That in general territory at 5:15 to go. And that is a drive-stopping score possibility against the Generals that got stopped. So here come the Bears. Big defensive play there. The defense
gave them excellent field position again.
Out wide, Max Wilson, far side. Carter underneath here for the Bears. Jalen Terry back in the backfield, looks like for the Bears. He'll hand it to him. He'll hit the middle. Can't say anything about it, but the flags have quit flying here in the third quarter.
A welcome relief.
Probably shouldn't have said that. Evan Wingrove, number 33, man, he is everything for those guys. He is a general for sure. 2nd and 10. Twins to the left. Martin set. Looking back to the sidelines, going to change the play, and I thought I saw a timeout signal, maybe not. Back goes Martin to pass. Plenty of time this time. Going over the top, down the field, way down there, and it's going to be knocked away by Max Wilson. Boy, they have really good defensive coverage tonight.
They really are.
3rd and 10.
Great job on our wide receivers. And their quarterback does have a good arm. That was a well-thrown ball right there.
Yep. 3rd and 10 coming up. We have another play being signaled in. Boo Carter out here to the left side along with Jarius Rogers. Big play on 3rd and 10. Now the Bears took this on an interception. and are set to go now. Big play on 3rd and 10 for both teams here. 14-9 again, the Bears up. 14-9 at 4:27 to go in the third. Here is a handoff to Jalen Terry. No, not a handoff. Martin back in trouble. He's looking, throwing complete to Boo Carter down to 45-40, to the 35-30, to the 25-20, to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Boo Carter! Caleb Martin, a 45-yarder, spinning through traffic.
That combo, hey, they are exciting. Caleb to Boo.
And the crowd is booing, but in a good way. That's something they've just started doing. So makes it 20-9 our score. The Bears up with 20 unanswered points. The PAT coming up at 4:13 in the third for Skylar Perkle. Here's the snap, the place down, the kick. It's good. Timeout on the field. 4:13 in the third. 21-9 after a Tennessee Valley Lodge touchdown for the Bears and a Mars Wrigley PAT. And we got a flag. Flag, though. Let's see what this is about. This may be applied on the kickoff. Yeah, both teams are coming off. Let's see what before we go to break, let's see what the flag's going to be. It'll be applied on the kickoff, whatever it is. Carter, another great catch. He's always good. That's 2 highlights he's had tonight. Jarris Rogers with a great catch. And let's go ahead and take the break. We'll give you the penalty when we come back. Back in 30 seconds here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Back here at Bradley Central, 4:13 to go in the third. The Bears going to kick off. Lead now 21-9. 21-9, so they scored 21 unanswered points. Oh, there, then he's gone like a ghost. Skylar Perkle to kick off again here. He's been getting some foot into it. Let's see if he can put this in the end zone. Here comes Skylar's approach. High kick. He's getting a lot of air to the 6, to the 10. 15, he's going to go left, and he's going to, nearly caught way back there. He gets free the 20. And then brought down at the 30, 20, 26.
27, 26, yeah.
Cody Bryant on the return.
Number 34.
On our Elder's Ace Hardware scoreboard, here goes Chandler rolling out to his right, throwing long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, but he's out of bounds. He is out. Yeah, he had 1 foot out of bounds. Boy, that was close. Boo got lost somewhere. Was that Boo that got lost? He was defeated. No, it's Mason Gorey.
Mason Gorey,
number 5.
Yeah, he was wide open.
Yep.
And he was just a step. It was close.
1 foot came down out of bounds. 3:51 to go. Clock is stopped again. 21-9 Bears up with a relieving score. We were down 9-0 in the first quarter.
21 unanswered.
Yep. So the Generals may change their approach somewhat offensively. Bradley with massed on the line to rush. And here they come after him. And he throws it away. There's nobody there. Nobody but the Bears. Nobody.
Hey, 20 yards, Gary. Nobody in the vicinity.
I thought I was going to have a flag there. A little action there against the quarterback who took a swat at one of our defenders. There was nobody there.
There was absolutely nobody.
But he was outside the tackle box. I guess that's the deal. There's a rule about it.
Yeah. He almost was sacked. He got away.
Yeah. He was outside the tackle box.
And while he was in the process of being
Taylor had an interception, but number 11, that's going to be
Max Owens.
Max Owens caught it for a 1st and 10. I thought we had him there. So it's a 1st and 10 at the General's 46-yard line. Man. 3:33 to go in the third. He stepped out of bounds after the catch.
In the third quarter.
21-9 Bears up by 12 points. Generals trying to stay in the game.
Will be 1st down and 10 to the Generals.
That would have been a big stop right there. Back-to-back stops for the Bear defense. They'll send Twins out to the left side. out of the shotgun. Chandler hands it off this time to Bradley. Comes to the right side. He's got 5. He's got first down. And no, it's going to be marked short. His somersault there at the 45. It's going to be short. Well, let's see. No, they're going to give it to him. Give it to him. He got hit. Boo Carter turned him upside down completely. Did a flip 360. But he landed at the Bear 43.5. First 10 for the Generals. They've had back-to-back first downs now. Chandler looked to the sidelines. Their signal plays in from the far side. Generals here in the white helmets, white shirts, red pants. Look like patriotic colors. Bears in black and gold, black tops, gold pants, gold helmets. Tight formation this time. Bradley stays in the backfield. They're going to shift a player and hand off to Bradley going to the left side, trying to get outside. He's going to be hemmed up and stopped for nothing. He might fall forward for a yard. Give him a yard. Yep. 2nd and 9. Drew Bradley, number 22. He is a good, hard-running senior. Coach Slaughter's had him in the playoffs for the last 7 years. Coach Floyd's had the Bears in the playoffs for the last 13 years. The Generals in Georgia, Bears in Tennessee. Clock's running at 2:27. 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard gain by Bradley. Ball's at the Bradley 43-yard line. Again, a score 21-9 Bears. Long huddle for the Generals. They're in no hurry whatsoever and have not been all night long. Again, a tight formation. Bradley to the left side of Chandler now. The snap. Bradley back under heavy pressure, throws it out in the flat. It's going to be he caught it.
Yeah, he got it.
He turned around, the ball was his face, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the Bear 33. As Chandler was under heavy pressure from 2 defenders. Tito Williams, one of the 3.
And that was Drew Bradley on that catch.
Rodney Williams, yeah, he come out of the backfield. He turned around, the ball was on top of him. He jugged it for a little bit. Been a half a second sooner, it hit him in the back. Clock stopped at 1:56 as he ran out of bounds at the Bear 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Generals. Bears coming in at 4-0, ranked number 1 in the state in 6A. And Twins wide out to the right side this time. Hand off inside to Bradley. Boy, he is hit, breaks away from one, then Braxton Arthur's out to pull him down. Wiley Suskowitz for no gain. Maybe he lost a yard. I believe he did. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, you're right.
Braxton Arthur and Wiley Suskowitz. Good stop for the defense. The defense has played extremely well after that first quarter.
And really, it was the offensive woes that got us in a hole in the first quarter, not the defense.
Tons of penalties on both teams. Yep. But sometimes you have to play through and just overcome them. Here we go on 2nd down, 11 to go. Another tight formation with one man out wide left. Chandler will take it. There's that Utah pass, and there's number 2 with the ball. He's going to have 5. He's going to have short of the first down, but a good run, a good gain.
Cody Brown.
It can be tackled by Boo Carter. I believe that's Carter. No, that's Damaris Ballard. He gained 8, so it's down to 2nd 11 to 3rd and 2. I guess he gained 9 there. Clock, he didn't go out of bounds. Clock's down to 4.
Further back up. Broke the tackle.
Yep. So on 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, they'll crank the clock and they'll not run another play. They're going to stay in the huddle, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter play here at Bear Stadium on Jimmy Lovell Field. 21-9 the score as we go to the 4th quarter play.
What if the roof that protected your home...
Getting ready for 4th period. Bears got a challenge ahead of them. They've got the Generals at 1st and good. He's not big, but he's hard to bring down. He's in the backfield. And under center now. Chandler under center for the 2nd time tonight. And here he's going to pile into the middle. Is he in? I think he is. Yep, there's a touchdown call. Touchdown for the Generals. With 11:55 to go, the first play of the fourth period. That'll pull them within 21-15. 21-15 to score now with a PAT attempt coming up from Jake Collette. Unless they decide to see, they're down 6. 2 points, and now they're still. I don't think it's going to matter. They're going to kick it. Going to kick it here. Jake Collette will kick for the Generals. The snap, the kick, it's high, and it is good. Timeout on the field at 11:55 in the third. 21-16, the Bears by 5 now. Back with the Generals kickoff in 30 seconds. For another Generals kickoff. They trail 21-16 to the Bears. It's the first score since the first quarter. They were up 9-0. The Bears reel off 21 unanswered points. The Generals come back on the latest drive to score.
Yeah, and that was a nice drive. 89 yards.
89.
They started on the 11-yard line.
Sure did.
10 plays, ate up a lot of clock. The touchdown scored by Brady Chandler, 1-yard plunge, straight in the middle, quarterback sneak. And Jake Collette kicked the extra point, and we're back to a one-score lead here. The Bears are leading here in the early part of the fourth quarter, 21-16.
Bears are playing up a little bit. Yeah, they have nobody back deep, actually. Expecting a pooch kicking in, which they've done every single kickoff except when they tried the onside kicks, which did not work out very well for them. And here's a booming kick. That's going into the end zone. He's got a leg way in, almost out of the end zone, so the Bears will take over. First 10th at 20-yard line off after Jake Collette puts it in deep into the end zone. So at 11:55 to go, the Bears have a 5-point lead at 21-16, trying to maintain that, trying to stay unbeaten. The Generals come in at 3-1. Bears 4-0, ranked number 1 in the state of Tennessee in 6A. Cleveland way ahead tonight. Walker maybe to talk to us. He's not going to be a happy camper though, as you say, Earl.
So you say Cleveland is way ahead?
Yeah, they're way ahead.
Well, I thought Cleveland would win, but I thought Red Bank would be pretty good competition.
Bears set to go. Twins to the right side. Handoff in the middle. That's going to be hitting the backfield and thrown for a loss. Jay Allen Terry. He's going to lose back to the 19. Going to be second down and 11 to go. Dylan Smith on the tackle. So the Bears have got to grind out some yardage, get some time off the clock and some first downs. They need another score. Can't leave it as a 5-point lead. Moving to the sidelines. Coach Stanford signaling the play for the Bears. Far side is Max Wilson. Nearby on this end is Jackson. No, that's going to be Boo Carter, and I believe that's Darius.
I think.
Back goes Caleb Martin to pass. Yep. Looking. He's going to have to roll out of the pocket. He's going to throw it deep down. He's got intercepted by number 11. That's going to be Max Owens. Third pick tonight for the Generals. Just a little bit shy. Generals take over first 10 at their 42-yard line here with 11:04 to go. They trail only 21-15. They're thinking upset. Big upset's what they're thinking. 21-15 our score right now. Bears are on top. And both teams, of course, with all three of their times out here in the second half. Their defense now is going to be asked to rise to the occasion. See what they can do about stopping us. The third pick tonight for the Generals against Caleb Martin. Bears on the road next week in a region game to Farragut. We'll have that broadcast beginning at 5:30 here on Talk 101.3. Kickoff scheduled for 7. Out of the shotgun. Chandler looking at a possible blitz. He'll hand it off to Drew Bradley. He's going to have 1 or 2, maybe 3 yards out across the 45 to the 46. Give him 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. Drew Berry brought down by Rodney Williams for the Bears. He's got close to 5. We call it 2nd and 6. Clock's at 10:42 and running. Bears lead at 21-16. 21-16, a 5-point lead for the Bears right now. In the huddle, they break the huddle. It's the first team we've seen this year that goes to a huddle every play, and not just, it's not a quick huddle, it is a long, drawn-out huddle. Play clock's down under 10, it's to 5 actually. Chandler back, he'll have, now they're going to stop the play for some reason. The play clock went off on that end. Play clock is off down there on the end that now it's back on. The Generals are driving to. Now it's back on. And they reset it. They have an official on the sidelines who can close. And Rodney Williams had an outstanding game tonight.
He was initially hit, Gary, at the line of scrimmage. Yep. Picked up a couple of more after that.
Ben Collins in there as well on the tackle. 4th down and good 2 coming up now at midfield.
I would think they may go for this.
I believe they will. 4th and 2. Yep. Quarterback's going to the sideline, gets a play, not signaled him, but told to him. Play clock's at 15 when they break huddle. And 4th and 2, their defense is going to be asked to stop it one more time. It's a dangerous offense. Trips out to the left side this time. They're going to run the ball here, I believe. Chandler, nope, he's back to pass. He's under a lot of pressure, little bubble screen underneath, and he's stopped! Great tackle. Who was that?
Right.
Grabbed him and wrapped him up, and he was nowhere to go. And he had blockers in front of him, too, though. Clock 8:50, clock is running. 2nd and 5, big drive for the Bears. They could go down and score. They could probably seal the win here. But we're a long way from there. Again, looking to the sidelines, Caleb Martin. Jackson Wilson stays in the backfield. Carter and Rogers out to the right here. Max Wilson left side. Martin hands it off to Jackson Wilson. He's got 5. He's breaking away. He's 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown! Touchdown, Bears! Jackson Wilson, 49 yards for a big score for the Bears.
Should have gone down, Gary. That's old Jackson there.
Yep.
They caught him at the 2-3 yard line, and he refused to go down.
49 yards and a touchdown for the Bears, who now lead 27-16. Well, I was going to score, but they had 49. That's what I had. That's what I was looking at.
They didn't. Jackson got the 5.
Tennessee Valley Roger touchdown. Now the extra point from Mars Wrigley coming up at 8:18 to go. Here's a snap down. That kick, it is dead solid, perfect. Timeout on the field. Your score of the Bears 28 and the Generals 16. Back in a half minute here on Talk 101.3. 30? Yeah, 30. So was it 44 when we ran?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they didn't move it from the time that Jackson took in that little short 5-yard pass.
Oh, yeah. Boy, he's been the star tonight.
Yep.
And he could be a player of the game.
I said that was a straight run, wasn't it?
Yes. Run by Jackson Wilson, who's really had a stellar night tonight running the ball and doing his thing. That's the old Jackson Wilson runs right there we saw. The Tennessee Valley Raji touchdown with the Mars Wrigley extra point. And Skylar Perkle, who tacked that on. He's 4 for 4 tonight. So that's at least 9 in a row he's made. I think after that first game he missed a couple. I think he's have to go and look that up and see how many he's made in a row.
I can tell you. I got it here.
He's going to kick off, and back deep we have a bunch of Generals. So let's see if Skylar can place this into the end zone. Here comes his approach. Here's his kick. It's going to be short. It's a high kick taken at the 10 to the 15 behind a wall of blockers. And then he is, goodness gracious, he crushed.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 of them.
Wouldn't go down, and everybody had a shot at him that time.
He paid the price.
Wow. That was number 8 on the return, and that is Andrew Moore. So first 10 for the Generals at their 24-yard line. They trail now 28-16, and 2-score difference. 8:06 in the game in the 4th period here from Jim Lovell Field in Bear Stadium. Beautiful setting tonight. Boy, just couldn't ask for anything better than this.
And it's cool now. Great night for football.
Absolutely. Here come the Generals now. Twins to the right side. No one left. Drew Bradley's been the workhorse at the running back. Chandler back. He'll hand it to Bradley. He's going to the right side or left side. He's going to be hit and starts backing up and gets a few more yards. He's out to the 33. Going to be close to 8 yards or so. They got to get to the 34. Give him right at 8.5, almost 9.
Yeah,
second down and short.
Call it the 33.
It's 9. Second and 1 coming up. Second and 1. Clock at 7:38 and running. You care to see it run now. He stands up and says, that's incomplete, folks. Good call, though.
I've got everything under control, Tito says, from flat of his back. That was good defense by Tito. And it was a well-thrown ball again.
Yep, third down and 1 coming up for the Generals. Tito's a 4.0 student. He will definitely sign a D1 scholarship. He's got about 6 major schools after him. And goes big J.J. Harrison into the game. 375-pounder. See what he's going to line. Right there on the nose guard position, looks like. Bradley's close on the defensive side. 3rd and 2. They're expecting a run here. Everybody in close. Chandler hands to Bradley. He will not get there. He will not get there. 4th down coming up again for the Generals. He may have made the line of scrimmage. No, I don't believe he did.
And 33.
Yeah, close enough. 4th down and 1 coming
He
up.
lost a tad, but it's still close to a yard.
So 4th and 1 at their 33. They're probably going to go for this. There's only 6:46 in the game. They're down 28-16.
Just about have to.
Blue Carter is going to drop back. They're the drop back in punt formation. Jake Collette. Let's see if they fake it, though. They're trying to draw Bradley off sides.
Yeah, they've got to go for this.
They can put a man in motion. Yep, they're going to try to pass out there, and the flat's going to be tipped away, incomplete. The Bear, and that's Tito Williams again. Again, he says that's incomplete. He's no referee out there.
Got everything under control, folks. Tito was in charge.
Bears take over now, first 10 to the 33-yard line, leading 28-16.
I was a little bit surprised. You just about knew they had to go for it in some fashion.
Yeah.
Down by 2 scores.
Not much choice there.
Yep.
So the Bears take over first down and 10 to the 34-yard line in General's territory, leading it 28-6. And we got a Bear, A.J. Williams, limping off a little bit. He's going to get a blow as the Bears offense takes the field. Jackson Wilson stays in the backfield with Caleb Martin. Bears will continue to stay in that shotgun. Boo Carter out wide left. Max Wilson, Jarris Rogers here on the right side. And handoff in the middle of Jackson Wilson, fighting loose. He just keeps on fighting through there. And he's got a 1st and 10, I believe, down to 22. Yes, it is for the Cleveland Ford and the Bears. Jackson Wilson grinding out tough yards right up the middle for an 11-yard gain and a Bear first down. We can salt it away with those for Earl. 6:03 in the game now. They'll come to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line in General territory. Man in motion, Boo Carter. They fake it to him. In the middle is Jackson Wilson again. He got 5. He's got close to another first down. He will not go down all the way down to the 12. He's close to the first down. Never got him down.
Jackson is running tonight like he did as a sophomore here.
Yep, and he's all state. And it is the 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford. At the Generals 12. Generals maybe getting tired. Their defense been out there a lot this half.
What is that there?
12-yard line, yeah. They gain right at a little more than 10. Clock's at 5:26 and running. Bears taking their time now, signaling plays in. No need to be in a hurry here. Jay Allen Terry in the backfield now, running back. Carter out wide right with Jarris Rogers. Max Wilson left side. Bears go into the snap count. Play clock's at 4, 3, 2. They're going to call time. They call time. The Bears have to take a timeout, and we'll take one for Tzatziki's along with 5:04 in the game. Your score, the Bears 28. The General 16 will be back in 1 minute with more live coverage.
more savings.
Metal roofing from Best Buy Metals offers the long life of a kicker with the strength of a linebacker. It's the easiest decision since the time you had to pick between watching the Super Bowl or professional bowling. Did you know Best Buy Metals provide a free material quote from a Google Map address? Stop by our showroom today. Visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com or get a free quote at metalroofingquote.com.
I am Cleveland Ford.
And on the snap on first down and 10, Caleb drops the snap. It looked like a good snap from here, but he'll lose back to the 19. So he's going to lose from the 12 to 19, 7 or 8 yard loss. 7 yards looks like. Be second down from that point. And they got to get down to the 2 yard line. So it's 17 yards to go for a first. And this may turn into a passing situation now. Yep, Martin's back, looking, has time, throws in the flat. It's going to be complete. Jay Allen Terry, and he's got a touchdown for Flatley Central. Jay Allen Terry, a 17-yard pass and run from Caleb Martin, and the Bears have jumped that lead up now to 34-16.
It's a 19-yarder, 17 for the first down. Game.
That's right, 19. Yep. 19-yarder because they had the penalty. And it'll be a Tennessee Valley Raji touchdown. And the extra point coming up from Mars Wrigley off the toe of Skylar Purple, who is a perfect 4 for 4 tonight. And a low snap, but he gets it down and gets it up, and the kick is good. 35-16 our score, a Tennessee Valley Raji touchdown, and a Mars Wrigley PAT. I'd like to remind you about some of our great sponsors tonight making this broadcast possible here on the Bear Network, on YouTube. Mr. Shroyer and his folks doing a great job here tonight. Al Lawn Planning Partners for all your financial needs. Now's the time to create a winning game plan for financial future at 423-315-1441. I'd like to mention our good friends over at Chick-fil-A. I had some Chick-fil-A this week, and it's always good. They're located on Key Street and Paul Hood Parkway, and now right there on 1st Street at Cleveland Coffee, right there behind Terra Running there. That's Cleveland Coffee. Dale's Heating and Air for all your heating and air needs. And winter's coming, folks. JustCallDales.com. JustCallDales.com is the website. And the Voitek Center. A good friend Gary Voitek out there. No matter if it's a sports-related injury, a work injury, an accident around the house, Voitek Center has you covered. You can reach them at Voitek.com. And, of course, our friends at Village Volkswagen. VillageBW.com. We're locally owned and proud sponsor of local sports. Take a test drive of the award-winning locally-made VW Atlas. Purple to kick off again for the Bears. Bears up now 35-16, a 19-point lead. Much more comfortable lead. Three-score lead now with 4:19 to go in the game. Purple booms this one high and long into the end zone. No, it doesn't get it. Bounces back to the 5, 10, 15. There's a flag on the play. 2 flags on the play. And it's going to be returned and brought all the way up to midfield. But I think this may be coming back. There's 2 flags thrown at the point of return there. And that returns by Cody Bryant. The ball hit at the 1 yard line and didn't go inside. It bounced backwards. He grabbed at the 5. And let's see what the official's going to assess here as they all gather up to talk. I'm suspecting maybe a hold or block in the back. The penalties flags are back to the 33-yard line. Yep, holding on the Generals and sideline warning on the Bears. So they'll mark off the penalty for 10 yards back to the 23. They'll put it down there. Once they swap the balls out, get the Generals ball there. At their 23. Yep, 4:09 in the game. The Bears have 35-16, 19-point lead. And they were down, remember, 9-0 first quarter. And we'll get Coach Floyd's assessment of that when he comes up to the press box for a post-game interview. Generals now in desperate need of something. Chandler back to pass. They're probably going to throw over down. He's going to roll to his right, still looking, throws it away. There's nobody open. Nobody. 2nd and 10 from that. That'll stop the clock at 4:02. Earl and I pretty much got in our minds what we think will be the play of the game, offense, defense, and the play of the game. Generals, I'm not sure who they play next week. We'll be on the road next week. Earl, first road game in a while.
Yeah, eating trip.
See, we went to McMinn County, we went to Walker Valley, so we didn't have need to stop and eat. We'll have to stop and eat up there at the Farragut exit there. Going up to Farragut, just go up I-40, or I-75 to 40, take the Farragut exit, go down there to before you hit King Spike, and right there at Farragut. And here's a handoff to Drew Bradley. He's going to be tackled for a loss, I believe. And man, Braxton Arthur, what a night he's having. Also, Mason Goree on the tackle. He'll lose 2. Back to the 21. And I think they're content to just run the clock out, guys, and get out of here. They're not hurrying up. They're still going that long huddle. They are
third and
taking the 12,
isn't it?
Yeah, he lost 2 yards. They haven't got the play in there yet, and the clock's run off down to from the 40-second play clock down to 15 already. That's 25 seconds they've lost just trying to get the play in. So obviously, Earl, they said, you know what? We played good first part of the game. We showed them we could play. But it's time to turn out the lights and go home. That's what they're thinking. And now we got a timeout call because the play clock is about to expire this time, and EK Shroyer will take a timeout, and that'll be their first, I believe, of the half. At 3 away to go, we'll take one with you for Taziki's, and we'll be back in 1 minute. Your score: the Bears 35, the Generals 16. Back in 60 seconds on Talk 101.3 The Buzz.
Metal roofing from Best Buy Metals offers the long life of a kicker with the strength of a linebacker. It's the easiest decision since the time you had to pick between watching the Super Bowl or professional bowling. Did you know Best Buy Metals can provide a free material quote from a Google Map address? Stop by our showroom today. Visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com or get a free quote at metalroofingquote.com.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week.
And we're live, and we just had a flag thrown on a pass attempt. Brady Chandler was nearly sacked by A.J. Williams in the backfield. He got loose through the pass out here to number 11, which is Max Owen.
Pass interference, I believe.
Bradley knocked it up right there at the point of contact, and probably going to be flagged for pass interference. All indication, yep, going to mark this against the Bears. Could have been calling 2 or 3 different Bears there. Bring the ball out to the 30. Well, 36, yeah, first and 10 for the Generals at that point.
15 yards.
Clock at 3:01. Generals have played well tonight. Wish him good luck the rest of the season. Bears are going to hit the Murderers Row now with 5 straight games starting at Farragut next Friday night. Chandler with the ball, looking left, right, rolling right, throwing out in the flat's going to be complete. And he's going to have a first down out to midfield before he's brought down by a couple of Bears there. Boo Carter, and also, I believe, on the play was Ben Collins. First and 10 at midfield on the Bear logo. Clock at 2:41 in running. Again, they huddle up. No hurry whatsoever for the Generals. No hurry. Here they come on first and 10. They're set. It's odd seeing a team go into huddle like this. Chandler rolling to his right, throwing out in the flat. It's going to be called by number 1, I believe. It's going to be J.C. Armour down to the Bears 30-yard line for another first and 10. 2:19 to go. He did not, I don't think, get out of bounds. No, he didn't. The clock is running at 2:17. The Bears will be back home after next week and hosting Hardin Valley. That'll be a region matchup, as will the Farragut game next week. A huge, huge game at Farragut for the Bears next week. 2 minutes to go before they snap the ball, and the flag's going to be thrown. Illegal procedure on the Generals. 5-yard marker will be first and 15. back to the 35-yard line with the 35-16, I think. Minute 38 clock stop. 2nd and 15 to go. Susquitz on the play, nearly had him. Generals break the huddle. Play clock's at 17. That's a Lamcon play clock. Chandler back, looking left this time, going down the middle, and he is going to be knocked away. Could have had an interception of Boo Carter and Mason Green both there. Mason thought he should have had that one. They double teamed Brian that time. Incomplete. 3rd and 15 with a minute 31 to go in the game. 3rd and 15. Minute 31 remaining.
And that was attempt number 17. We kind of expected that they would go to the air. You have to. But in this half, they've attempted 17 passes.
Wow. Well, they got behind there. They were up 9-0 first quarter. Bring back here. Chandler back after a long count. A little bubble pass out here. We're going to be dropped. Oh, he had his man there with the blockers. Timber, Andrew Bradley. 4th down and 15. They're going to go for this, obviously. Minute 26 remaining. Division down there in Ringgold off of Battlefield Parkway. Here we go on 4th and 15. Trips left side this time for Chandler. He's back looking. And he's going to fire out in the flat. It's going to be caught. And if it's caught, short. He gets short anyway. The Bears will take over 1st and 10 as Mason Goree was there to make the stop. The pass was too low. He was falling to the ground when he caught it. So the Bears will take over 1st down and 10 at the 25-yard line, right on the 25-yard line with only a minute 18 to go. And the Bears will in command now, 35-16. And Earl, we talked about how poorly the Bears were playing offense and defense in the first half. You got to give them credit. They fought back. They scored 21 straight points, gave them another touchdown, and added on a couple more.
And that's what really counts. I mean, I think they were confident we're not going to lose this football game, but they weren't really playing well, and they knew that too. They probably heard it from the coaches at halftime. They have to do their job.
In victory formation down with a minute 15, clock is running. Boo Carter, safety man, he's about 15, no, it's Jarris Rogers. He's about 15, 20 yards behind the Bear offensive line. And 105, clock continues to run. Look forward to having you with us at Farragut next week on the radio. Download the MyMix 104 app. When you download that, you can flip back and forth from the homepage to any of our 3 games. Bradley's, Cleveland, Walker Valley, and Cleveland next week. Earl, who's Cleveland playing next week? Well, I got here something. I got it right here. As Bradley goes into the kneel down formation, this will be the last play. Yes, they are. Next week, Bearden will be at Maryville. That's a huge game in the region. Now, Bright will be at Farragut, another huge game. Cleveland is open. Hardin Valley, Sevier County, and that'll be it. And that's going to be the final play of the game. They line up to walk across field and shake hands. The Bears will take the win here, and they'll take it and be relieved to have it 35-16, the final score. As the final 15 says, click down on the clock. Upcoming Jenkins Daily postgame show, you want to hang around for that. Here Earl Stats, brought to you by Jeff Miller for District Attorney. We'll have our player of the game on defense, our player of the game, then our defensively player of the game, and our offensively player of the game here when we return here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. Here, give us time to gather things up here and be back in 3 minutes for more live coach on our Jenkins Daily postgame show here.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Metal roofing from Best Buy Metals offers the long life of a kicker with the strength of a linebacker. It's the easiest decision since the time you had to pick between watching the Super Bowl or professional bowling. Did you know Best Buy Metals can provide a free material quote from a Google Map address? Stop by our showroom today. Visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com or get a free quote at metalroofingquote.com.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
What if the roof that protected your home was formed with 50,000 pounds of strength per square inch? Not happening with asphalt shingles. Guaranteed with metal roofing from Best Buy Metals. Our permanent steel roofing is beautiful, competitively priced, and lasts a lifetime. We manufacture to assure the quality you deserve. Greater strength, stronger roof, Best Buy Metals. Visit our showroom or find us online at bestbuymetalroof.com.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford.
Player of the game, our defensive player of the game, was Braxton Arthur's stop on 4th down for a loss, which gave the ball back to the Bears at a crucial time. And our offensive player of the game, another 45-yard run by Boo Carter on a pass and catch again, who just electrifies the crowd anytime he gets the ball. While waiting on those folks to get up here, let's take a quick look at some scores of interest around the area. South Pittsburgh beat North Jackson, Alabama tonight, leading 27-0. That's a Central Time Zone game, so not finished yet there. Coming out of the Northeast Tennessee area, Dobbins-Bennett wins 45-0 over Morristown East, who is winless. Gatlinburg-Pittman wins 49-6 over Johnson County. Elizabethton wins again 47-0, or winning 47-0 in their game. Greenville 56-0 over Volunteer. Greenville unbeaten. Volunteer is winless in that game. In Region 2, here of course the final was 35-16. The Bears winning it. Anderson County beats Carter 49-0 out of Region 2 in 4A. Cleveland all over Red Bank 51-7 tonight, a non-region game for the Raiders. Carnes beats Fulton 7-6. Fulton is winless. They are really in a rut. Maryville beats Hardin Valley 48-7 tonight. Maryville wins big. That's a region game from Maryville. West over Hedges 48-14 tonight in their game. Powell 34-17 over Knox Halls. Kingston beats Rockwood tonight 38-9. Seymour over Cherokee 23-19 the fourth period there. Bledsoe County leading Tellico 28-0 at halftime in that game. That's a late score. Alcoa beats Union County 55-0. Alcoa 55-0 over Union County in their game. Marion County leading Brainerd 23-6 in the third period. Meigs County 28-6 over Chattanooga Central in the fourth period of play. Oak Ridge over Clinton 34-18 in the fourth quarter. Riverdale shuts out Coffee County 42-0 at halftime at Coffee County. Riverdale trying to pick up their fourth win. Signal Mountain 55-13 over Lookout Valley. Oakland leading Rockville 28-0 in the third quarter. Loudon shutouts of Sequoia 49-0 tonight. Hickson leading Saudi Daisy 35-14 in the third. We have Sweetwater and Tyner. Tyner at 14-12 over Sweetwater in the third quarter of play there. Gallatin leading Green Hill 24-10. That's a Central Time Zone game. Walker Valley wins 42-12 over Ray tonight. 42-12 Walker over Ray tonight. So there is our Elvis Ace Hardware scoreboard on games of interest to our local fans here, as we're still waiting for Jackson Wilson and Coach Ford. Let's take another timeout. Maybe they'll be here time we get through there. We'll be back in 2 minutes and more live coverage here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz as we continue with our Genius Daily post-game show. Back in 2 minutes.
Clear for two.
I don't see them coming our way. I don't know if they're coming or not. Maybe we'll get them up here. I don't see Jackson. Well, if they don't get up here, Earl, we may go without them. We got all night to stay. I got to get home. Here's Jackson. Come in here, big guy. We got our first interview here, so when you come, we're on break right now. Hold that mic right there. Let me turn you up here. Good game night, boy. We need you coming through there, and you did, buddy. Like a champ for us.
Yes, sir.
And
Anytime. Fourth quarter, you were running like you did your sophomore year.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
To Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We're here at Bradley Central where the score has gone final. The Bears got off to a slow start offensively. Got down 9-0 first quarter. End up winning 35-16 to stay unbeaten at 5-0. And we look forward to going to Farragut next week for a region game on the Farragut turf, which is a tough place to play. Our player of the game tonight was Jackson Wilson for his 91 yards rushing on 9 carries. That's a 10-yard per carry average. 2 receptions for 17 for a total of 108 yards of offense. And Jackson, you came through tonight with some really strong, solid runs. We had to have those, and congratulations on the win. And we expect more of that. I mean, that's a tough runs you had there tonight.
Yes, sir.
You have a hard practice this week, getting ready for that. Did the off week affect you mentally and for yourself?
I think the bye week affected a lot of us. You seen it first half. I mean, did we come out second half a little bit better, but we still got a lot to improve on.
Well, they kept throwing yellow flags on both teams that first half there, especially early on there, but we overcome that. Got a big game next week at Farragut, which is a tough place for us to play, but it's a region game. This was a big win, but it's not a region win. Next game is when it really, really counts.
Yes, sir.
Well, for your efforts tonight, we've named you our player of the game with your 91 yards rushing and 17 passing on 2 receptions for 108 yards. And did you feel good? Are you feeling back to the old days? As a sophomore, you were all state, and then you've been hurt. You know, I know you had a couple of bad injuries, but are you back into the groove where you feel like, hey, I'm 100% now?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're glad to have you there, and thanks for coming up, and we'll let you go. I know you need to get inside and take care of things and take a shower and all that stuff, but congratulations on the player of the game, and we'll see you again next week.
Well, thank you, Gary.
That is for L&B Appliance, our player of the game, Mr. Jackson Wilson, a young senior here at Bradley Central, and Coach Damon Ford is joining us now, and Coach Floyd. We named Jackson our player of the game for all the effort he did. Our defensive player of the game was Braxton Arthur's stop on 4th down when we stopped him out there late in the game, threw him for a loss, and got the ball. And then our offensive player of the game was Boo's 45-yard run. You know, it seems like we have one for him every week like that. And let's talk about the game. We start off really
horrible. Really horrible. I mean,
the off week. I mean, I know you hate those.
We can blame it on anything. I just didn't do a good job of preparing them and getting them ready. That we got to be ready to play. the good news is you play like that and you come away with a win. So that's the good news. There's been lots of times that we play that bad and we ain't even close to winning. So, but if we continue to play like that, then it's going to be a rough end of the season. So we have got to play. I don't know how many penalties we had, but it seemed like in the first half.
Earl will tell us.
There was a ton.
Not good.
11 of those.
11 for 105.
Obviously, the turnovers were. We felt like we were prepared for the coverage they were giving us, and we just did not attack it like we felt like we should have. So we got a lot to improve on.
They were double teaming everybody. Went out of wide receiver position. Looked like that.
They did a good job of mixing up when they did, when they didn't. Obviously, Boo gets double teamed every time, and then. They messed with us a little bit on the box, like how many's in there versus run pass. So you'd see us run it and have some success, and all of a sudden, then they changed it. So they did a good job too. You got to give them credit, but we did not play well.
Well, they were very patient all night long, going to a long huddle every time. A long huddle. I mean, run the play clock down to under 10 almost every snap. I guess that was by design. They wanted to keep the ball away from us, and then they had to start passing our late in the game after they got behind again. But
yeah, and we know going in that the teams are going to do that. They're going to hold the ball, 2 tight end sets, and try to run it and run the clock. And they did a good job of that. Really frustrated with our pass defense at the end of the game. They got guys running open, and we're not covering. So I don't know. I've talked about it, but obviously it's 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and we got to quit believing the hype. And I know at some point that's probably going to hurt us, and we got to remember what got us there. So if we don't, then that ranking obviously is going to go away pretty quick, and it probably need to drop now because we don't deserve that.
Well, a win is a win, as you say sometimes, and an ugly win's better than a pretty loss. But the Bears do win at 35-16 to improve to 5-0. We'll be playing at Farragut next week. Big region game. We got one more. Red Bank's the only non-region game we have left, I guess.
Yes, I think that's right.
We go to Farragut and come back here to Hardin Valley, but it'll be a challenge at Farragut. They gave Bearden all the way last night at Bearden.
Oh, it's a tough region. I mean, trust me. We know. So we got to get prepared really quick for a really well-coached physical football team. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to line up too tight and run it right at us and hold the ball. And we got to take shots because that's what they're giving us at the time. We didn't. I think we only connected on one tonight with Jarris's touchdown.
Yeah. So that was a great catch for him. He was double covered then.
I think the safety got over a little late after the ball was thrown because Boo was there too. But we just got to cut down on turnovers and penalties and not beat ourselves. In the first half, that's what we were doing.
Well, you've always said the key to the game is no turnovers and no penalties, and we had both of those tonight, unfortunately. Too many of those. So you got a lot to clean up and work on for next week.
Yep, that's why they call us coach. So we better get it fixed.
Well, congratulations on the win, and go home and rest tonight.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. That's Coach Damon Floyd tonight. Not pleased with the way his team played, but very, very pleased with the win. Let's take one more break. Another 60-second time, and we'll come back with Earl Stats, brought to you by Jeff Miller for District Attorney. Back in 60 seconds to wrap things up. The Bears win 35-16 here over the Heritage Generals.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
Here on Talk 101.3, we're going to wrap things up. The Bears win 35-16. We're going to go first to Earl Rowan for his stats, brought to you by Jeff Miller for District Attorney. Earl, take it away.
All right, Gary. First downs, it ended up dead even. It was even at halftime. It stayed even, 7-7 each half. So 14-14 on first downs for the Bears and the Generals. In the rushing department, the Bears ended up with 161 yards on the ground on 28 rush attempts. Heritage had 73 yards on the ground on 29 rushing attempts. In the passing department, Caleb Martin went to the air 19 times. He completed 10. But he had 3 passes intercepted. That's it's been a while. I'd say back into his Ray County. I don't know if he's ever had 3 interceptions in one ball game.
I don't think he threw that many in the game.
They didn't throw that much at Ray County, and certainly he went the first 3 games, and give him credit, with no interceptions, and now all of a sudden he's made a couple of bad decisions, and he's had 5 in the last 2 ball games. That's got to be corrected too. Let's see, but he ended up 10 out of 19 for 193 yards, so we'll take that 193 yards of passing offense.
Almost his average.
Yeah. 14 out of 28. Heritage went pretty much to the air in the second half and ended up throwing 28 times, completed 14 for 219 yards. They had a good air game, no doubt about it. We had 1 pass picked off for the Bears, Demarius Ballard, in the second half. Let's see, fumbles. The Bears fumbled twice but did not lose them, but anytime you fumble, you stymie your offense. 1 fumble by Heritage, likewise recovered their own fumble. 1 punt by the Bears, 38 yards on that, and 2 punts by Heritage for a 44-yard kicking average on those 2 punts. Penalties were frequent. 11 penalties charged against each ball club, 105 of them against the Bears. A little smaller number for Heritage, but nevertheless too many penalties. 67 yards in penalties against Heritage. Jackson Wilson, our player of the game. Jackson ended up carrying 9 times for 91 yards. He had also 2 pass receptions for 17 more, giving him 108 yards in total offense tonight. Plus, he played really well from his linebacker spot. The defensive play of the night was Blackston Arthur on that 4th down, and he just shut the door. And the play of the game, it seems like we're doing this almost every week or so. Caleb Martin to Boo on a pass, catch, and run for 45 yards. That was another exciting play. Gary?
So there I have your stats, brought to you by Jeff Miller for District Attorney. One more score report. The Braves are up 9-6 in Washington. That game's in the bottom of the 8th. We had home runs from Acuna again. I think that's 39 for him. 1 from Austin Riley, 1 from Marcelo Ozuna. The Braves up 9-6 at Washington. The score there, and it's still going on there. Stay tuned now for the Friday Night Blitz, brought to you by Hardee's. I believe it's going to be Andy and Ryan on the board that night, taking your calls and giving you some scores around the state and the area. And we'll look forward to next week for Earl, Rowan. This is Gary along with Ephraim Kyle back at the studio. Great job again tonight, Ephraim. We look forward to joining us next week at 5:30 from Farragut High School as we take on the Admirals in a big, huge Region Max next week for the Bears. They've got to play better than they did tonight. They'll take the first loss. They'll close out the game 35-16 and improve to 5-0. The Generals will drop to 3-2 on the season. We'll take it from there, and until next time, we'll say God bless for now.